camera is dirty. It's early, you guys. Hold on. Let me clean off my camera. Okay. Welcome to chat. Remember. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I do not have my tripod, so we just kind of gonna work with it. All right. So I really didn't have anything to come on here and talk about. I just came from Dunkin' Donuts and I got me a caramel small frozen coffee with whipped cream. That's what I got for a little morning. I won't even call it, I'm gonna call it a snack. It's my morning snack. But I wanted to come in and just pop on. I know it's really early. It's like, it's 9:41, so it's not like super early, but I just wanted to come and check in with you guys and see what y'all had going on. That's good. I just wanted to come and see what you guys had going on and answer any questions that I could possibly answer. But since it's so early and a lot of y'all might not be up and on and want to answer questions, I'm going to just answer a couple of them that I get a lot. One of the questions I get pretty often is about parenting. I had a question not too long ago about traveling as a single parent or a parent. I guess I can't really remember if it was a single parent or a parent, but I'm gonna just tell you, as a single person, yes, I'm single, but my son dad is involved in his life, and so it looked like my hair was sticking out. So I have a support system with him for the most part, and then my mom is very supportive, especially when I'm like traveling and things like that. Like, she's super supportive. So whatever I can't get from my son dad, then I'll just ask my mama to do it, pretty much. And that's pretty much how that goes. I'm very grateful, because I know a lot of people have kids, especially when they're young kids, and you might want to travel or something, but you don't really have anybody to help you with your children. So it may be a little difficult, but if you did have somebody to help you, then you could. And also, an alternative would be, instead of going away to travel, like instead of going to a state or country that's not a state, not a country, a state or a city that's not far away, you could just drive local, like do something that's like an hour away, and not something that's where you got to actually, you know, drive. Like, it's like anything over 2 hours, I would say you're gonna probably have to stay the night there. I'm gonna say anything over an hour and a half drive, you're gonna probably stay the night in the city that you in. So doing it with kids is possible. You just might have to come up with creative ways to do it. Even if you did go to another city and state, you could probably just pay a babysitter, honestly, to watch your kids, or you could hire a nanny, like a not an in-house nanny, but like somebody in the neighbor. I probably wouldn't do a neighborhood. What is it? Care.com, I think it is. And you can go on there and find babysitters that have background checks and BLS and ACLS qualified and all that stuff. And so I would go that route if you was really wanting to do this and you had kids. And if you don't have a support system outside of, like, if you don't have a support system, basically it's just you. So it was very difficult for me to go traveling. I'm not gonna lie. When I was first doing it, I remember thinking I was just gonna do it when my son would go to his dad's house, and I was trying to find like 8-week contracts, and so he would only be gone for like a couple months, and then I would be back home. And so the first the first time I did an 8-week contract, and then I just did it just to see if it would actually sorry y'all, my clothes all jacked up. I did the 8-week contract, and then just to get a feel for it. And once I got there, I realized that I could stay a little bit longer. And everybody was fine with it. I asked my son dad if he was cool with it. He was cool with it at the time. And if he wasn't, then I was just going to have my mama watch my son, and just pretty much pay her to keep him at my house. Like she could have just stayed. She would just stay at my house with him. Now that he's older, he can really kind of watch himself a lot of times, but I still don't like to leave him for long periods of time without any type of supervision, even though he's like 14 now. So at the beginning, it's gonna be hard, but it's possible if you got kids to get out here and travel. But I wouldn't go too far with trying to stress myself out over it. If it's just something that can't be done, it just can't be done. You just might have to come up with a different way to do certain things, but it's still possible. Another thing I wanted to talk about, you guys, and this has really been on my mind, is because I know I was going to ask some questions, but I wanted to talk about this real quick because I know a lot of people don't really think about it, or they probably not really paying attention to it. So a couple weeks ago, I asked y'all in the community tab why people going to surgical tech school, like why people want to be surgical techs and stuff. And like, even though it's a cool career, people like to say, it is cool, but at the same time, you guys, you got to understand that most people doing this for money. And when you do anything for money, it's like a matter of time before you gonna kind of like not want to do it no more if it's not like a true passion. Not who's to say you might get into it. I don't know why that's just showing up like that. You might get into the field and decide that you really like it. It can become a passion, but initially you won't know that. Initially you won't know if you're gonna like it. So you gotta prepare yourself, especially going to surgical tech school. Like, good morning, you guys. I don't know who in here, but I see two of y'all. So good morning, a grand rising, I should say, unless you in morning. Like if you're in morning, then good morning. But if you I just got sidetracked on my thoughts, you guys. Oh my god, I hate when I do that. Oh, as far as if you go to surgical tech school, you're not gonna know if you're gonna like being a surgical tech until you become a surgical tech. The problem is you gotta pay to go to surgical tech school or commit a lot of time to go to surgical tech school. And y'all, I can't show y'all what I'm looking at, so I'm not gonna even go there. But yeah, so you won't know if you're gonna like it. Hold on, y'all, cause this car, he just hauling ass around this pond. Like, I hope you slow down right here. This lady is like doing the most. I wish I could see her, but she about to hit the ducks. Sorry, I got distracted because I didn't know what she was doing. But if you end up going to surgical tech school, when you researching and everything, you're not gonna know. It ain't gonna be no books, no nothing is gonna prepare you to be a surgical tech or first assistant. Besides the fact of actually doing it, and that's with anything in life, right? So once you actually get into the field, then you gonna know if you like it or not. So the problem is if you go out and get a surgical tech program that's like $30,000 and you don't like it. Excuse me, you guys, you still have to stay. I would still stay in the field long enough to pay my debt back. But this is why I be telling y'all not to go and get one of those, go to a private school, because you're going to pay so much in student loans and you might not even like it. But let's just say, I don't care, Kiara, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to pay for the student loan or whatever. Okay, fine. So then in that case, you definitely need to be prepared to get as much money as you can as fast as you can in the career. It's more than one way to get the money. A lot of this over the next couple of weeks, because I created a little plan for us to be. I created a little plan. Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna show y'all what the fuck. Hold on, y'all, cause she doing the most. Y'all see this car right here? This truck is riding around. Oh my god, people just be doing the most. She just riding around the pond screaming. Uh oh, sorry, I shouldn't have messed it up. She just riding around the pond screaming like, woo, all that craziness. But anyways, if you end up going to surgical tech school, I want y'all to make sure that you plan this out. Sorry, y'all, because now I done messed it up trying to show y'all what. I guess it'll stay like that. Okay. Once you go to surgical tech school, make sure that you have a plan, especially a financial plan, so you don't get caught up paying for student loan debt. And if you're paying for all this student loan debt and then you're going to get into a career that you don't like, and that's not going to be like beneficial to your mental health. Thank you for whoever that was and whoever's in here with me. I cannot get this back how I had it, y'all. Oh my God. I just don't like it tilted like that, but whatever. So I should have brought my tripod. That's what I should have did. But we're here. I'm currently in school. I start clinicals at the end of June. Oh, but Grand Rising, she is Jada. Good luck. You'll be fine in clinicals. Just remember, to just ask a lot of questions. Don't pretend like you know what's going on. Just talk to them like, I don't know. Be on time because you might be able to get a job at your clinical site, which would be ideal because then you don't got to worry about looking for a job, and then you already know how that medical facility is set up. So I think a lot of people should try to get a job where they do their clinicals at, but make sure, even if you're the only one in here now, I want you to understand this. Even if when you finish your program, because I'm sure you'll finish it, just make sure you have a plan on how you gonna exit, or like a bigger plan. Don't just look at surgical tech like this the end all be all, because it's not. And when it come down to, if you're just doing it for the money, at some point you might get burnt out because it might not be like a true passion. It might be like, because a lot of times we do stuff for money just to see if we like it, because it's like, oh, that's a lot of money, or that's a better opportunity than what I'm in right now. And there probably is a better opportunity. Like, a lot of people go to surgical tech schools to surgical tech school to get out of whatever situation they in, right? So if that's the case, then just make sure that you know that you're going to be doing this for 5 years, and each year, or 10 years, if you want to do a 10-year plan, just plan it out, and then make sure that every year you're making more money than what you made the last year. So that might mean you can stay at a facility for like 2 years, but if you're not traveling, you're going to have to go. Sorry, y'all. You're going to have to go to another hospital, another facility, just to get that increase in pay. Because a lot of people, they're not going to tell you, or especially at the hospitals, they're not going to tell you that, oh, or they're not going to pay you, I should say, because if you've been somewhere for 2 years, and when you came in with no experience, you came in with like a student worth of experience, they're going to pay you at that student level. But now 2 years later, you got a little bit of experience. So in order for you to get paid at that rate, you're gonna have to leave that facility and go somewhere else, or go traveling. So just don't get complacent and comfortable, because if it's about the money, then you got to make it about the money. A lot of times people go to these jobs and they get all caught up in, oh, I don't want to leave you guys, like they friends and stuff at the job, or they real comfortable. I don't go to work, like, when I'm looking at being a surgical tech and I'm looking at first assistant, I don't go to work for fun. Like, it ain't, oh, that's better. There we go. I don't go to work to make friends. I hope that I have a good time when I'm at work, but I don't necessarily go to work to have fun. So I'm not finna get my emotional self caught up in that, because once you start getting your emotions and feelings caught up into, oh, I like it here, but you ain't making no money, what's the point? Like, what's the point of leaving your family all day for 8 hours to go hang out with people that's not your people, that's not really, like, you might have one cool coworker, I wouldn't call him a friend up front until you hang out with them or something like that, and then you could decide if that's a friend or not. But initially, these just coworkers, and even after a year or two, they still coworkers. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand that it's still business. Even though you're an employee, it's still business, right? So if it's business, then you gotta treat it as such. You can't be out here like you know, trying to be comfortable at work. Like, you got to get out here, get this money, right? Get the money and get back to what's important. And most of the time, the money is just a means for you to accomplish something, right? Like, whether it's buy a house, buy a car, you know, live a certain kind of lifestyle. But if the lifestyle that you're trying to live ultimately doesn't revolve around you being at this job for 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours a day, then you gotta definitely go in with a plan. Because the plan is to get the money as fast as possible and get out. I do not work to hang out. Right. What's your advice on traveling while having kids at home? So I promise you, I just was talking about this. Like, it must was right before you came on. I was just talking about the kids part. I promise you. Hold on. Will it be able to pick up child every now? Yes. You just gonna need a child. Oh my God, that's crazy. I don't know if that was you. Somebody left a question a couple weeks ago and I hadn't got a chance. I was gonna make a video and I hadn't answered it yet, but I answered it here. Yeah, my son was he might have been 10 when I first started traveling. He was younger, but he wasn't old enough to stay home by himself for long periods of time. So me and his dad co-parent, and that was part of my support system. His dad was, and my mom. Now I did give a scenario earlier. If you don't have a support system like that, you could either go to, I would still go to I would still pick a contract, but I wouldn't travel away. I would try to stay local so you could still drive. Even if you drive an hour and a half back and forth, that's going to be the better option, because let's just say you can find a shift, you can find a contract where your shift is 312s. If they put in the contract, you can get them to put in your contract you want your 312s in a row. 312s in a row gonna hurt. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, if you're working 3 12-hour shifts in a row, it's gonna hurt. But you will still have more time with your family. And you can say, okay, I want my 312s in a row. Then all you gotta do is have somebody watch your kids for you. Watch your kids for you, you know, for 3 days, or pay a daycare. My son was in daycare, y'all. He was in, even though I had a support system, sometimes he would still have to go to daycare, and then I would have to find daycares that had like these weird hours, like these, because you know you gotta be to work so early, like ain't nobody really open. So I did find like a 24-hour childcare place. He had to do that for a little while when I didn't have help, but because I know even though I was in the city, in my city, when I was doing all of that, I know that it's still something that you can do outside of your city. So if you go somewhere else, you go, like, if you want to go make the most money as much as possible, so you're gonna go where the contract's paying the most, take your babies with you, and then just go find a child care provider. You can go on care.com, and they have background checks and all that kind of stuff. Background checks, ACL, BLS, like any CPR credentialing. You can post jobs on there. You can even have people, like, if you wanted to come to your house, if you don't have nobody to help you, if you got like an older grandma or somebody that can travel with you, like, that'd be ideal. So you just got to get a little bit creative when it come down to the kids. Let me just make sure I answer that right. But, like, okay, this another good one too. Like, the kids is out for the summer. Like, if they finna go visit somebody, if you know you wanted to go travel for the summer, then I would have started applying probably like this month. No, we in June already. So last month I would have started applying, and I'd have been looking for 8-week contracts. I'd have been like all over 8-week contracts, all over 8-week contracts. You might not be able to get no contract for 8 weeks. It might be 13 weeks. So if it's 13 weeks, then you know the kids gonna be gone for the summer. You might have to still finish out the contract, but you just have to finesse it, start working with recruiters that can help you work with as many recruiters. I know a lot of people ask me who should they travel with, and I really can't tell y'all, because I just go with who got the best contract for me at the time. It might be I want to be in Florida, so I might have to go with whoever got Florida contracts. It might be I want to go make the most money as possible, so I have to go wherever that is, depending on what my objective is, right? So the kids saying, I promise you, like, it's a way to do it. If you ain't got no like support at home, you just gonna have to pay somebody. But I'm gonna tell you, even if you travel local where you had to drive, the money that you would end up paying to live in a place, like, let's just say you live in Jacksonville and you want to drive to you can drive what'll be close, Savannah's like an hour and a half away from me. If I drove to Savannah back and forth and I got a 3-day contract, I got 312s in my contract, right? I don't have to live in Savannah because I'm just driving. So the money that I would normally use that would be for a living expense and housing expenses, I'm gonna use in traveling and driving back and forth. So that's gonna be probably gas, but then you still got a little bit of extra money to pay somebody to help you watch your kids. You still gonna be making more money than you would if you was working at a facility as a staff person. So versus me staying in Jacksonville and trying to drive and want a contract in Miami, I can't drive back and forth to Miami because that's 4 to 5 hours every day. So that just doesn't work, right? So you got to live down there. And if you living in Miami or if you living somewhere else, now that's gonna cut into your cost, your expenses, because now you got to pay for that facility or that place you stay in. And if you like me, then I have a place at home too. So it's like you paying for two places. So that might be a little difficult, but it's a way to do it with the kids. It's a way to do it with the kids. I just don't want y'all to get in this game and think that it's gonna be sweet, because it ain't always sweet. Like, but you just gotta figure out where to put it at in your life. Like surgical, a lot of people don't look at surgical techs like a side hobby, because a side job. Like I wasn't looking at it like a side job, but it can be, because if you only take, let's just say you a single parent for real. And when I say single, like, are you single? It don't even matter. I'm just put it like this. Okay, you go work for 3 months out of the year. Let's just say you go work only 3 months. That's a part-time job, right? That's a part-time job because you're only working a quarter of the year. That ain't even part-time. Like, that's even less than part-time, right? So you work a quarter of the year, but you finna make what people make in a whole year in these 13 weeks. So then the rest of the time you can just kind of hustle if you want to, if you don't want to work hard. Like, I don't think we should be working as hard as we be working. Like, people work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. You know, people hair falling out, people high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all of this stress on your body, instead of just enjoying and like easing into life and being comfortable with life a little bit more and all this work. So I'm gonna tell you not to be doing all that work. Like, don't work 12 months out the year. It's pointless. You're not gonna enjoy your life. It don't matter how much debt you in. Like, people get out here and get caught up in the game, and then they get in debt. Like, okay, people go buy a house as soon as they start becoming a surgical tech, or go buy a car or some shit like that. Then you stuck working because now you got to pay for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that. Like, don't, as soon as you start making more money, pretend like it's the same amount of money that you was already making. Because once you start putting yourself in these contracts and you see this money, and then you create this lifestyle around that money, when you not scrubbed in, you not making that kind of money. So don't get caught up and get out here and start buying houses and buying stuff that you don't need. And if you was already living off less, then you already know you can live off less. So don't get caught up with spending like the lifestyle because of the money. Like, don't get caught up with that, because you're gonna get caught up in that rat race and you're gonna get stuck, and it's gonna be uncomfortable to have to like backtrack a little bit and say, okay, no. But I would say work 3 to 6 months out the year as a surgical tech or first assistant. I definitely, if you're gonna be a surgical tech, I'm definitely telling you to go be a first assistant. I'm not finna sit here and tell y'all that to not, because if you do Meridian's like $5,000 or $6,000. It's all online. It's like very flexible as far as how you can get your clinicals and all that. Well, not clinicals, but because I think you still have to set up a clinical rotation with them, but they help you. I'm not really sure, but I think they help you with that. And so go get your first assist certification as soon as you can. And I'm going to tell you that so you can take the travel assignments as a first assistant, so you can make as much money as you possibly can as fast as you can. So, but don't spend a lot of money doing it, y'all. Like, don't be out here going to Fortis and Conquer. And if you are going there, I know, because a lot of people go there and they always got classes started, but you got to understand how much debt you just put yourself into, when if you just was patient enough, you could just go to a community college. Even if you got to drive back and forth like to a neighboring city to get into their surgical tech program, or you can go straight in the first assistant. But I'm gonna tell you to be a surgical tech first. That's what I'm gonna tell you, because you'll be a better tech. You're gonna be a better first assistant if you already a scrub tech. But if you get your first assist certification, then you'll be able to get both. You can take both assignments, or you can just kind of decide if you want to travel as a first assist or a surgical tech. Then you can pick more. You got more options, I guess is the way I'm looking for as far as assignments go. But be careful with the amount of money you spend on these programs, because if you spend too much money, you're gonna be stuck paying that money back. And it's sad, because if you do a $30,000 student loan to go to Fortis, to go to Concord, to go to any of them like private schools, if you do that, you still have to pay that money back. And it's gonna put you, in this space of you gotta work and you got to pay this money back and all of this. And then, like, if you get to a facility that you don't like, and I'm gonna tell you, if it don't fit, then don't make it fit. Quit and go somewhere else. I'm not the one that's gonna sit here and tell you to stay somewhere where you're not mentally comfortable. I'm gonna tell you, like, because there's so many places, whether it's gonna be the hospital, whether it'll be a surgery center, it could be labor and delivery. If you're a surgical tech, you could still take SPD travel assignments if you just need a break from the OR. Like, you're gonna have to find what works for you. But if you at a place and they being funny with you, and they all that passive aggressive and micro, all of that shit, like, that's not good for your mental health. And you don't understand how that might affect you one day, because you thinking like, oh, I'm good, da da da, and one day you go to work and this person was been side-eyeing you and talking sideways to you the whole time, right? But this day you just ain't in the mood for it, and before you know it, you done spazzed out and done snapped on somebody. Now they looking at you like the angry black woman, or you got a problem or some shit like that. And so when it come down to it, like, be mindful of who you are and what your environment is, and don't settle for stuff that you wouldn't settle for in real life. Because if you get in these jobs and these people start talking to you crazy, because sometimes they feel like they can, y'all already know how I feel about it. Like, if you talk to me crazy, I'm quitting. Like, period. I'm not her, y'all. Like, I'm quitting. I'm at the house. I'm over here meditating. I'm over here trying to stay centered and aligned. And anybody that is not helping me in that area, if it's not conducive to my overall well-being and inspiration and stuff, I can't. It's not worth it for me to allow that in my life. It's just not worth it. Like, it's not worth it for you either, because if you start letting people talk to you crazy over a job, do you know what that's like? Telling yourself, like, oh, I can just let people treat me any kind of way because it's for the money. Like, no, absolutely not. You work way more than what that job can ever give you. So don't let nobody tear down your mental health. Don't let nobody, if they're not encouraging you, uplifting you, you might have to get the hell up out of there. But be prepared to get the hell up out of there. Like, that's why I don't want y'all to get caught up with all this debt, because I want you to be able to feel comfortable walking out that bitch. Like, if you need to, like, if you need to quit, quit. Because you don't want to be sitting at home plotting and planning and thinking about how you going to get John back the next day because John said something to, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't start lowering your vibration to be around these people at this job. Go find your tribe. Sometimes you just have to figure out, a couple things. But I just don't want y'all to get caught up with the debt. Like, the debt, that's gonna cut into your money. So if you are going to a private school, you definitely need to have a plan on how you're going to pay. You got to stay in the game at this point, because if you're going to take out that debt, you basically say, I'm staying in this for at the minimum, however long it's going to take me to pay this student loan debt off. That's my advice. If you're going to take the debt, if you're going to do that, okay, let's figure out. Oh, shit. Sorry, y'all see that big ass ball? Oh my God. Oh, I almost ran out this whole car. Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, don't get caught up with all of that. That bug just scared the crap out of me, y'all. So I went to Dunkin' this morning, y'all. Y'all like Dunkin'? Y'all are Starbucks. Y'all like Starbucks, don't y'all? Look, I stay where they don't have no Starbucks at. They don't got no Starbucks by me. But so anyways, just be careful with the money. Make the plan. Make your plan. Have a budget. Live off of less, y'all. Live off of less. Don't be out here I did it, so I can tell you. I take look. What they say? A wise man, no, a smart man learns from how to say it? Their mistakes, but a wise man learns from others' mistakes. So learn from me. I've been doing this long enough to be able to tell y'all some of this, to how to finesse through some of this. Right, the money is decent money. When you calculate how much money you made, this I'm gonna give y'all a quick little way to figure out if you really comfortable with how much money you making. Okay, let's just say they don't give you $25 an hour. Then you gonna want all the benefits, right, that come along with the job. If you don't know this, your benefits you pay for. So don't get it confused and think, oh, because I work here that they're gonna pay for my health insurance, dental, and all that. No, you gotta pay all that's coming out your check. So that's $25. Then a lot of y'all gonna want these 401ks. We're not even gonna get into a 401k right now because that's not it. But we'll get into that in a minute. We'll talk about money in a minute. Okay, so then you want the 401k, right? Now you gotta drive to it. You gotta drive to the facility, right? So that's time and gas, right? So now you got time and gas, benefits, that, and then I forgot one. I forgot the big dog, taxes. I don't got no other phone in here. I wish I could do the math. So if I say I'm gonna do, it's 40 hours a week, whatever 40 times 25 is, that's the number. Subtract 30% of that, then that's what you left with. And then take another 5% for gas, and your benefits. That $25 just went down to like 15 or 12, right? Right? That's why I'm like, do traveling, because if you do a travel assignment, then it don't hit you as hard in taxes. And a lot of people not understanding how you lose it in taxes. You're gonna lose 30% of your income. A $50,000 salary is $35,000 after taxes, approximately. That is like $3,000 a month, approximately, after taxes. $3,000 a month divided by 4, what is that? I don't know. But it ain't, it's less, it's about 1,000, it's less than $1,000 a week, and you doing 40 hours. So I just want y'all to understand. Now, if you do travel assignments, right, let's just say you making the $25 an hour. That's your bill rate, right? It's $25 an hour. So they're gonna only tax you on the 25 times 40, whatever that is. Y'all can do the math for me. And then 30% of that. So let's just say that's $900, right? That's the only thing they taxing you on, and then you still get the meal and housing stipend. So that's the better way to do it. And then if you really want to start finessing it, because you can, well, this is with some agencies. If they offering you a 1099 option, take it. Because if you can do 1099, you got an LLC, then you can work under your LLC. So then you can allocate your money accordingly, because now you're a business. So with the business part, then you get to say how much your salary is. And then however much your salary is, that's what you're going to get taxed on. So like if you tell the government, okay, this is my business, even though I subcontracted my services out, right? And that $25 an hour or whatever, let's just say they give you $3,000 as $3,000 a week at a 1099 employee or whatever, 1099 contractor. If you do it that way and you create an LLC and have a business, then on the back end you're making way more money, because you can tell the government, this is how much my salary is. Like in a business, you get to allocate that money where it get to go where. You can say I spent, let's just say out of $3,000, you can say $1,000 of that went to transportation, another $1,000 went to eating out. You get to write all of this stuff out, because now you're operating as a business. So it's like you get to play, you playing both games right now, because now, yeah, you're an employee a little bit, because you're getting taxed as low as possible, but the business end of it, because you still gonna get taxed on that $25 an hour, because they treating you like an employee. But if it's I'm sorry, y'all. If it's a 1099, you're not being treated as an employee at all. Excuse me. It's a 1099, you're not being treated as an employee at all. You've been treated like a contractor. So what you're doing is you get to say, okay, like an employee, the government automatically say I'm taking 30%, but as a business owner, the government can't take 30% because if you set it up right, then you get to tell them, I made $10 an hour. I made $5 an hour, and then you can put the money every like with business, they take out how to say it. You get to take out everything, all your expenses up front on business, right? All your expenses come out up front. But as an employee, all the government take out their portion and then your expenses come out. So it's flipped. I hope this making sense, y'all. And I didn't mean to confuse y'all if I did. But if you do a 1099, and I know Medley, I'm always telling y'all, Medley, and I think Care Rep sometimes have 1099s, but if you do a 1099, if you do 1099 and you get your business and everything set up, do it that way, and then you can say, okay, Uncle Sam, my business made made this amount of money, but this is all of my salary. This is the only thing I'm counting as a salary. So Uncle Sam can only tax you on your salary. Uncle Sam can't tax you even if you made $50,000 as a 1099. You get to keep $50,000 if you finesse your taxes right. And I ain't saying lie on them. I'm just saying you got to know the loopholes, y'all. We in America, if y'all don't know the game is business and capitalism, right? I'm not saying you got to be a capitalist. I'm just letting y'all know what the game, like if you playing Monopoly, you know you playing Monopoly. If you playing Uno, you playing Uno, right? You know that. In America, we playing business, ownership, capitalism. That's how it goes. So when you in this employee role, you get penalized, you guys, and people not teaching you this because this is taxes. This ain't employee. Like when you go to what it is like human resources, they can't tell you none of this because they half the time don't even know, because if they're an employee, then that's what it is. But I remember going to the hospital one day, I was talking and I was telling them, like, people's like, oh, I paid this much in taxes. I paid. That's because you doing some shit wrong. You paying too much. You got these nurses paying all this money and all these taxes. They making bank. If you making $70,000, if you're making $70 an hour as a staff person, you getting taxed. I can't use that word because I wanted to say the R word, but they taking it from you with no loop. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. Ain't no foreplay, ain't no none of that. They just taking it, right? So when if you get smarter, if you get around people that's done learned a little bit of something, then they gonna teach you a little bit of something, right? And I'm here to teach y'all. You gotta learn how to keep your money. If you ain't got no home, you can go be a surgical tech, and still have a business of some sort. Like, you need to be able to get your money back. So when I be telling people to get a business, your at home business don't give you tax breaks that an employee you will never get as an employee. You will never get it. So the money, when I be like, is the money good as a surgical tech if you ain't got no other way to make no money? If you ain't figured out another way to make money, like it took me a couple years to figure out other ways to make money, and not because I wasn't trying. It's just one of them trial and errors. Like, okay, that didn't work. Okay, try again. Well, that didn't work. Dang, I just lost $5,000. Dang, I probably shouldn't do that again. Let's do it like this the next time. But you got to be in the game, like, in order to, like, you're in the game. Let me rephrase that. You're already in the game, whether you want to be a business person or not. You're already in it. If you have a job, you are in business. You're just on the bottom side of the business. And I say it not in a not derogatory way, but when I mean you at the bottom part of the business, is because that business is being built off of you. Like, you're the worker bee. So the tax codes kind of punish you up front because you're not playing the game like you should be. You're not taking responsibility for your own life, so to speak. So now they punishing you. Like homeowners, like a lot of people know homeowners get tax breaks if you own your home, which if you got a mortgage, you don't own your home, but we not finna get into that. I don't care how much equity you got. If you don't own it and you paying out money, that is a liability, right, y'all? We need to understand the difference between liability and assets. And a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket, and asset is something that puts money into your pockets. That's a basic understanding, right? So if you sit here, hold on, y'all. If you sit here and you making, hold on, y'all, somebody yelling, hang on. I got completely distracted just then. I ain't gonna even lie. So when you're looking at home ownership, I'm sorry, y'all, I really apologize for that. When you're looking at home ownership and you're looking at tax, they give homeowners tax breaks, right? Even though they don't own the home yet, they still give them tax breaks for buying a home. When you own a business, you get even more tax breaks. So let's just say you don't want to buy a home. Like a lot of people like, oh, I can't buy a home yet. Then don't. Go start a business. You don't need to have good credit to start a business. You don't need to have 10% down payment. You don't need to have any of that. If you're really looking at home, like if you're looking at home ownership as a asset, okay, understand it's not. And you looking at like, I can't afford a home. Okay, don't worry about that. Rent where you rent something affordable and start you a business in that little apartment, in your studio, in your trailer, wherever you living in your little tiny home. Start you a little business there. It doesn't matter what it is, because then that get, even if it's an apartment, even if you renting, you still get to write off a home business, you guys. And when you get to write off your home business, if you are working as an employee, then this is how it works. You get to work as an employee, right? So then they gonna tax you at 30%, whatever. If y'all in here and y'all ain't hit the like button and fuck with me, please, a little bit, just hit the like button, because y'all already know these algorithms. And if you don't like me cussing, this is probably not the channel for you, right? Okay. And so if you working as an employee and then you have a business at home, right? They're gonna tax your employee income at the 30% or 30 something percent. They're gonna do that. But then you get to get some of that back because you got all of these expenses and deductions that come along with being in business. So it will benefit you to have a home business. Thank you, guys. It will benefit you for having a home business to offset the taxes that you paying in your employee income and your earned income. You got to offset it. If you don't offset it, then you around here earning $30,000 a year, but you paying taxes. Like my mama, and I love my mama, but she wasn't listening to me when I was telling her. And one year she had to pay money back, and my mom not like. I'm like, how you got to pay money? Like, that's crazy. But she had to pay it back because she ain't set up right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna be working, you got to have a business to offset to offset your earned income tax. Taxed earned income, or you can just straight do business. Now, I'm gonna tell you, business is unpredictable, so you might at the beginning want to have a steady stream of income. And I'm gonna tell you, being a surgical tech is still a steady stream of income, no matter if you're traveling or not. It's still gonna be a steady stream of income. I just want y'all to make sure you do it the right way, like get in the game as low as possible. Come in, get your first assist if you want to. I would, if you want to go traveling, I'm definitely telling you to get your first assist, because then you get more opportunities. You as a surgical tech. So my credentials are CST, CSFA, because that's like that. Now I can take first assist contracts, I can take surgical tech contracts, and I can take SPD contracts, and labor and delivery, which is still surgical tech, but for some reason when they do it as a different tech. And then they do endoscopic techs too, endoscopy techs as well. But if you just trying to pick, if you know that you're gonna be traveling, then you're gonna have to open up your options as much as possible. Now you can go be a nurse, but then all you get is nursing assignments. And then with nursing, you in specialties normally. So if you want to work, like if you see an OR assignment, you can't take it if you an ICU nurse, or they might take you, but if you don't have no training in either department where you travel, they're not gonna let you. You can't travel to another department unless you got trained on it, right? As a nurse. Now as a tech, like I say, now I can take first assist assignments, I can take surgical tech assignments, and I can take SPD assignments. That's 3 different buckets of assignments I could take an assignment out of. Now, where that comes into play is if you want to get somewhere close to a specific destination. If you're trying to get somewhere and they don't have one assignment for a surgical tech, but they got one for SPD, or they got one for they got one for first assist, then you can still take it. But get the money, y'all. Get the money as fast as you can. And get to the money as fast as you can. Keep the costs low. Get to as much money as fast as you can. But don't get caught up in the lifestyle of that money. That money should be going to you starting a business or some type of investment opportunity that's gonna put some more money in your pocket. Don't go buy no car unless you finna go buy a car and flip it and you finna make more money out of that car than you put into it. Don't go buy no clothes. Like, don't do none of that. Like, that'll be dumb. Don't go out here and go buy no Gucci, no bags and all of that stuff. And then at the end of the day, them bags ain't like, unless you know what you're doing, and when it come down to purchasing like luxury products and reselling it, then don't just be buying it to wear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put this money to work. Every little dollar is a little soldier that's going out to get you some more, to recruit for you, to bring you more soldiers back. Like, you need money to go get money. And not to be like it's all about money, but if we talking about working, it's definitely to me it's about money. Like, oh, that's all I know to think about, y'all. And it's probably because, not to be like, probably because I was single and like that single mom mentality, and it was all like it ain't never enough money. So I just kept coming up with ways, creative ways to increase my income and to learn. Like, let me back all the way up. If we're going to talk about anything, we're going to talk about investing into yourself. And investing in yourself, it's going to be something as simple as learning things that you don't know that you need to know, especially when it comes like financial literacy, mindset, like how to think positive, certain things that we wasn't really taught. You're gonna have to go learn that, because it's affecting you more than you realize. Your mindset stopping everything. I can guarantee you, if it's something in your life that you haven't received yet, that you desire to receive, I can guarantee you ain't got it, because it's the way you think. Now ask me how I know. Have y'all ever caught yourself thinking negative? Like, think about what you think about the next time. And then I know some people don't want to hear this. My channel is not teaching you how to set up no back table. My channel is not here to teach you anatomy. Y'all can go learn all that in school. Y'all can go learn all that on in your clinicals. Y'all can go learn that at your first facility that you work at. I'm not going to teach you none of that, because it don't matter. Your back table being set up, me teaching you how to set up a back table or how to drape something, is not finna put no money in your pocket. I don't care. Like, you gonna get the job. If you complete a surgical tech school program, you get certified. If that all that happens, you should know how to set up a back table. You should already know anatomy. You should know draping. I don't want to talk about that, because that's not really what y'all need to know. You need to know how to make money. You need to know how to put this money in your pocket and how to keep some of it and how to send some of it out to work for you. Because then you don't have to be like me in the game for 17 years and still trying to like piece all of this stuff together. But nobody sat down. Nobody could say they sat down and told me, when you become a surgical tech or when you start making money, this is what you need to do with your money. Everybody's saying save money. Save money to do what? What am I saving it for? If you stacking money for a purpose, that's one thing. Like, if you stacking money and let's just say you want to go buy some land, that makes sense. But you just saving money to save money, like, that ain't making no money, because if you leave it in a savings account, it's gonna depreciate over time. Every year we losing 3+% just by saving the money. So the buying power of the dollar goes down every year just from inflation. And so then if you're looking at it, you sitting up here stacking money when you should have been deploying that money. That money got to go. You just need to know where to put it at. You need to know where to put it at so it could come back. Y'all, I'm telling you, the job, and I tell people this, like, sometimes it ain't really about what you doing. Like, you can be a surgical tech, but shoot, you could be a waitress right now. You can be a waitress and be more and be financially stable, more financially stable. I think I can say that. More financially stable than somebody that's making $70,000-$80,000 that ain't never been taught financial literacy. You got, if you don't know, y'all, you don't want to be the 70-year-old, 80-year-old surgical tech, or the person that, you know, because she got to come to work. Like, people be like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm bored. Like, no, you need to travel if you're bored. If you why you working? Because you need to work. People do not work because they want to work. I don't care what you say. People be like, I was working with this one girl one time and she be like, oh, my husband take care of me. I really don't have to work. Then why are you here? Like, you here full time. Why are you here full time? If your husband really taking care of you, if y'all really got it like that, let me tell you, if my husband tell me I ain't got to work, honey, I'm at the house building businesses. I'm not clocking in on nobody clock. The only reason I'm clocking in on the clock is because I need to, because we need me to. And so don't let nobody be like, oh, I don't really need this job. That's what the kids say. That's cap, straight cap. That's straight cap. You lying. Because if you get up out your bed and you travel and you come in here and deal with these people with their bipolar attitudes, and one day they happy, next minute they not. You dealing with that on a consistent daily basis. You don't choose that. Who chooses that? That sounds like a toxic relationship. You choosing to be in some shit that you want to tell yourself, oh, I don't have to be here. You want to tell your coworkers you're lying. And I think you're fake because you don't want to tell them, I got to come in. I might not need 30 hours. I might not need 40 hours, but I might need 20 to make sure that I can pay for these subscriptions to these AI tools that I done set up here and bought. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where my money go, y'all. Like, it go to reinvesting into myself. Even if the money ain't right, like, let's just say if you thinking about going to surgical tech school, because I know a lot of people on here, they thinking about becoming a surgical tech or whatever. Let's just say let's just say you want to go to surgical tech school, but not making a lot of money, but you still got a couple of dollars. You might have, like, if you can have an extra $500 a month from your job, if you can put away an extra $500 a month from the job that you currently have, you don't have to go to surgical tech school. What you need to do is you need to learn how to deploy that extra $500 and then have that $500 come back as 1,000. I'm not here to tell y'all not to be a surgical tech. I just want you to understand, like, you just got to be more creative with what you're doing. Like, if you want to go to school, or like, go do it, because it is a kind of cool career. I'm not gonna lie. I like orthopedics. I like bioresections. I like the big shit. Like, I want my hands bloody and something, right? I like that. It took me a while to get comfortable enough to understand, okay, I like GYN, or I like L&D more than GYN, but I like GYN as well, I guess because I'm comfortable in it. Now I've been doing it for so long. I got stuck in GYN when I was like in school, and it seemed like that's what I kept being drawn to. Maybe I should have been a midwife maybe I was a midwife in my previous life or something like that. Maybe I'll be a midwife next time. I think that'd be a cool career to have. But it is cool. Like, human anatomy is dope. Like, y'all, you gonna go in there, you gonna learn so much. But at the end, like, okay, it is cool, but if it's still about money, right? It's still about money. Like, we can't get it's a transactional relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. I offer you a service, and then you pay me for the service. Like, that's how that go. That's a transaction. This is not an emotional attachment. So if I'm looking at it like that, then I'm here to tell y'all, get the money, get to the money, put the money in your pocket, come up with a plan. Even if you don't know what to do with the money, you need to stack it, but you need to come up with something to do with the money, because the money just sitting in a pile ain't doing nothing for you. Like, I can guarantee you that. You can go on here and pay somebody for a course. Y'all know I'm all about, I'm gonna tell you why I be harping on digital products and stuff so much, and like building out a YouTube channel or creating a website or writing an ebook. Because I know you can do this if you're a surgical tech, if you're a first assistant. I know that if you're a student, you can do this. I know that if you're just thinking about being a surgical tech, you can do this, because I was doing it, and I was doing it broke. Y'all, one time I was on food stamps. I went scrubbing. I was in school. I was going to cosmetology school because I knew I wanted to come up with a different way to make money after I had my son. Like, I was trying to come up with what kind of business can I do that I can have him with me, or that I don't have to worry about having to have somebody watch him. And so I went to cosmetology school because hair came natural to me. I started braiding when I was like, I don't even know. I was just young, really young, learning how to braid hair. So I knew how to do that, and I was like, well, I'm gonna just basically cultivate that skill. So I went to cosmetology school. It cost me $30,000 to go to cosmetology school. Now, luckily, I didn't have to pay that because I had my GI Bill from the military. So the Navy paid my tuition, paid me to go to school. But because I wasn't making a lot of money and I was a student, I could get food stamps. So I was getting food stamps, but I was still able to take a little bit of the money that I was getting, y'all, and it'd be like $50 here. And then I stopped going out with my friends. Like they would be hanging out at the club and I'd be like, dang, I want to buy another domain name, or I want to buy this like course or something, where it teach me how to create an email list and all of this stuff. But y'all, I didn't really know what I was doing. Like it was like a self-taught out there in the Wild West, because back in the day, like the internet was still really new when I started like dibbling and dabbling in it, and there was like people getting scammed, so you was scared to like really buy too many courses. But the point is, I took the little bit of money that I had while I was still on food stamps. Y'all, I would have to drive and have to get my grandma passed now, but I remember driving one time an hour, y'all. I was in my auntie car. I'm gonna just give what they call these testimonies. I'm gonna testify a little bit. I was in my auntie car because me and my son dad had broke up, and I drove. So we broke up. I had flew home with 2 suitcases, one for me and one for my son. I ain't had no job. I ain't had no transportation, and I ain't had nowhere to stay. So I stayed with my mama. My auntie gave me her, like, my auntie had a little car, like I don't even know what this car is, but it's it was really small. And me and my baby was in that car for like 6 months. And I remember one time, y'all, like, it was so sad. Like, I sit back and think about it. It was so sad. But I was driving and I ain't had no money. Like, straight up, I remember, like, I was still eating noodles, and my baby had he would eat like chicken nuggets and stuff like that. So I called my grandma and I was talking to her, and she was basically like, come down here and I'll give you some money. So my grandma was probably like 80 something at the time. She probably was 80. Yeah, she definitely was in her 80s. So my grandma in her 80s. I go to my grandma's house. Y'all, my grandma stayed an hour away, 45 minutes away. I had to drive to my grandma's house. Oh my God, I can't see y'all. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. Jada, I'm so sorry. I did not see y'all comments. Oh my Lord. Hold on, let me see. Wait, hold on. Oh my God. Oh shoot, I done messed up the damn. Y'all, hold on. Let me get my life together, because I really didn't see these comments down here. I'm so sorry, you guys. I wasn't. I done messed up my little. Let me see if I can see this now. I love Duncan. Jada, I'm so sorry, boo. I did not see that. I'm not sure about other programs. My program requires. What? Hold on. Let me come back to that. This could be done for medical field. Do you have to be vaccinated? What? Hold on. I'm going back, y'all. My bad. I thought it normally just pop up. Hang on. I've currently. My husband about doing travel. Sometimes I'm currently pregnant. Oh wait, go back. What she said? I'm currently pregnant with my third. Other ones are take care scares me because I'm so overprotective. Okay, Jada, I'm finna get back to you. Hold on. Let me finish telling this story real quick. And that vaccination. Hold on, y'all. I'm so sorry. I did not bring my tripod out. So my grandma. I drove 45 minutes, y'all. I drove 45 minutes to get $40. It probably need $40 worth of food. But I say all that to tell you, like, you can learn a skill off of a little bit of netting if you got enough willpower. Now, like I was saying, I was on food stamps and everything, y'all. So I was on food stamps. I wasn't getting no housing. I wasn't getting no housing. Was it Section 8 or HUD? I wasn't getting none of that. I was getting food stamps, and my son got a voucher. And then, like, after a while, me and his dad got on okay terms, and where he started, like, he was already giving me money, but he wasn't giving me enough that was really, like, enough to do a whole lot at one point. But so let me I seen Jada say she had to get vaccinated. Y'all, this shit here is out of control. I don't know why you would have to get vaccinated to go to school. Like, that sounds beyond crazy to me. Maybe some of these facilities, the medical facilities that y'all going to clinicals to, require their staff to be vaccinated. But if they say that, I would still challenge them and say, I'm so sorry, you guys. I would still challenge them and ask if you could do a declination, a exemption declination for religious, or well, it would be religious. And if y'all, I'ma just tell you, I got a letter. If y'all want me to email you, email me at info@keiofa.com. And I have a religious uh thing already typed up that you can use, and I know it worked because I've been using it. I got it from a recruiter that he got it from somebody else, and it worked with them, and it's been working for me on the last at least 3 or 4 assignments I've been on where you was supposed to be vaccinated. But I don't know about that. I'm not vaccinated, you guys, and I ain't getting vaccinated for nobody unless it's something that I feel like it's something I want to do. Like, as far as medical go, like, that school shouldn't even be asking you shit about your medical history anyways. That's HIPAA. Like, what your medical history got anything to do with your ability to go learn? If you was going to a community college, they not asking you that. I don't think. Now y'all gonna have me calling these community colleges trying to find out if they require you to be vaccinated, because I want to know, like, in what world do I need to let my because you ain't got to tell. Now check this out, and this ain't trying to be funny, y'all. I'm gonna just leave it alone. Why would I, if I was going to a regular school, right? If I'm going to a regular school for billing and coding, they're not going to ask me about my medical history. You can be, you can have autoimmune disease like HIV, AIDS, right? You can have those type of diseases, and nobody can ask you that shit. Like, they can't ask you that. So this is why I don't understand. Like, my medical history don't have nothing to do with me being accepted not only into this job but in that school. Like, y'all, I'm not getting no. I done went to the Navy. They done shot me up with all type of shit. I ain't getting shot up with nothing else. And I'm gonna tell you to be in the. I mean, since you already doing it, and I know people be doing like they got the vaccine to keep their job and all of that. This is why I want y'all to be your own people, so you don't have to do shit like this. Like, I just think it's against your human rights for somebody to tell you that in order for you, now because it's a private school or something like that, that might be why they can get away with it, because private schools they have a different, they can set their own tone. They can say, okay, this person can come in and this person can't. But if you go to a community college, I don't see them being able to do that, because the community colleges are built off of getting funding. And so the less people that they have, the less funding they get. And then they need as many people as they want. So they're not finna put on no stipulations talking about you need to be vaccinated. And a lot of these hospitals aren't requiring vaccinations. They'll let you do an exemption. So I don't see why it's a requirement for y'all to have to do that. Like, I don't like that. There it goes. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, God, I missed all of this. Holy crap. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me catch up. Oh, my God. I missed all of that. Y'all, I'm so sorry. And I know I'm being extra, but oh, my God. Hold on, let me see. Let me just pick the whole damn phone up at this point. Okay, so this could be done. Okay, so I hope I answered that as far as to do this word. So I guess cinnamony, if you're still on here, I guess no, it's some not in the field, it's exemptions, but I guess in the school some of them are requiring it. All right, let me see. So what's up, surgical tech, babe? Great advice, thank you. Yes, this is my goal. I'm a CSC. I graduated in December. Congratulations, Elizabeth. I'm currently working, but my end goal is to travel and make that money. Get to the bag, baby. My hospital has a surgical tech program, but it's NCT. Does that matter? So I'm gonna tell you, a lot of hospitals have started. Is it Del Monte one? A lot of hospitals have started their own surgical tech program. Can I put y'all right here? What that look like? Okay, that's better. Okay. A lot of hospitals do have surgical tech programs that's through NCCT. I would say, me personally, when I first started traveling, NBS TSA was the industry standard. I am starting to see that some places are accepting NCCT. So if your hospital is offering it to you as an employee, I would take it, because it's not gonna cost you anything. I would just do it. at first I was like no to NCCT, but because I started seeing it more and more being accepted, I'm gonna just say go ahead, especially if you don't have to pay for the program and if you don't owe the hospital no time back. So if you don't have to stay there after you complete it for a certain amount of time, because I'm gonna say don't do that. I don't care if it's a year, okay. If it's 2 years, I'm gonna say no. I hope that answer. I would do it because like I say, I know 2 facilities for sure, 3 facilities for sure that I know offer their own surgical tech programs. So I would do that, and they haven't been requiring their surgical techs to get them no time back or anything like this. Most hospitals is ICT, but the certificate that is offered through yes, that's the industry standard. It's the MBS TSA. The military offers NCC2. It doesn't matter just as long as you're certified. Exactly, surgical tech, babe. Thank you. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't see this, Elizabeth. I'm in Georgia, and we had to get vaccinated. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew you had that. I got my vaccination yesterday. I really didn't want to. Yeah, I'm sending you positive healing vibes over there to you and your baby. Everything is gonna be fine, Jada, with your pregnancy. I'm speaking that into existence, and it is so. So you are fine, honey. You know, sometimes we just don't know, and that's, unfortunately, that's just the time we living in right now. It's just, don't worry about it, babe. I promise you. Like I wish I would have been able to, like, I didn't know to tell nobody this about it until you kind of said it. But don't worry about it. Don't get emotional. The baby's fine. You're fine. Everything's fine. I guess because I was in the military, y'all, like, I'm traumatized by any type of vaccinations, and I watched Tuskegee, so I ain't like, They was doing too many things to my people. They say I always thought the certification mattered for that particular program, but after numerous research, it doesn't matter. You're welcome. Yes, thank you, Surgical Tech Babe. Y'all go check out Surgical Tech Babe channel too, because she might be giving y'all something that I ain't giving you. I just want to talk about money. And Jada, thank you for that. My bad, didn't see it. I will. Oh shit, y'all, it's raining. My mom worked at a hospital, and when I told her I had to get vaccinated, she was like, right, girl, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'd have been like that too. Next time, y'all, look, don't get that booster. Don't get that booster, Jada. Don't get that booster. Cause you don't need it for, y'all, I am not vaccinated. I did not get it. I didn't get it. And I'm telling y'all this because y'all know that I'm out here traveling. So you don't have to get it. And I just got a permanent position. So you can do the exemption. Y'all, if you want the exemption, hit me up. The religious one that I have. Y'all can email me at info@Kiafa. I'm gonna tell y'all right now though, I'm gonna tell you about these emails because I've been taking these little courses and stuff trying to get my life together, and I'm gonna email you back. But y'all, if you email me, don't be surprised. I'm gonna put y'all on my email list. Like, you're gonna be on my email list, not to be spamming y'all, but I've been working on, like, creating an email list to pretty much offer y'all some stuff, like some valuable stuff that I might not want to put on the internet for free. I was 2 minutes behind. Oh, Rose, thank you for sharing this story about your grandmother. As someone who is in the valley now, I needed to hear this. Babe, I'm gonna tell you, I got some stories for y'all. Y'all probably, look, the crazy thing is, y'all gonna be like, it looked like she be having her stuff together. I got a lot of stuff together now, but this is a work in progress, honey. And that's why I be trying to share enough with y'all. I'm currently into a surgical tech program through the hospital I work for. They offer NCCT. Yeah, that's a great those programs is pretty cool. Like, that's new. That wasn't something that was around a couple years ago. Oh, 3 years? What? Hell no. Absolutely fucking not. Sorry for cussing. Not really. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 3 years is too long. 3 years is too long. Oh shoot, y'all. 3 years is too long. I'm sweating. 3 years is way too long. Down Monty one. I say no. LOL, I haven't posted videos yet. Oh shit, my bad. Now you got to go post surgical tech, babe. You got to let us know your surgical, your journey, and post your journey at the minimum, because it's gonna be people that's gonna be where you, that's where you are, that's like behind you. So that's why I done learned how to post. I be trying to share so much with y'all, because over the last couple of years, y'all be telling me like, oh, this was helpful, this was helpful. And in my head, I'm thinking like, that's old news to me. Not old news, but like, I just learned that a couple years ago. But I get it, because we supposed to be sharing information with each other. So definitely post your journey. Post the good, the bad, the ugly. If you don't finish it, if it's a struggle, what you're struggling with, you will finish it if you put your mind to it. I'm saying, I think they would try to charge me. Oh, shoot, already? I didn't get the booster, and I'm not going back for the second one either. Yeah, girl, fuck them with that shot. Fuck that shot. Fuck that shot. Sorry, y'all, for cussing. But y'all know what? I had thought I was going to stop cussing, and it might not be ladylike to some of y'all, but let me tell you, did y'all know cursing keep your blood pressure down? Yeah, it does. So I say drop a couple F-bombs every now and then. Maybe not in front of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Don't be teaching your kids bad habits. But, you know, release some of this stress. Get it up off you. I say no to them 3 years. That's crazy. I don't know what to tell you with that. Y'all finna have me do a video on these like, cause that was smarter than to do, to have you owe them time. But it doesn't. I mean, 3 years is a long time. Like, you're going to be stuck there. I would have just said pay for the program. Because 3 years is a long time, right? In 3 years, you won't be able to go trade. For 3 years, you're going to be stuck at that facility. Now, it might not be bad. It might not be bad. And if it's a good facility, hopefully you'll get enough experience. And honestly, okay, this is what we're going to say. 3 years is a long time, but I want you to leverage these 3 years. So you're going to have to come up with, I would start creating content, y'all, like documenting my journey, whether it's on video. Let's just say you're recording it and you don't post it. I would say post it, but let's just say you don't. You can still go back later and look at your progress over time, your thought process, like where you was at then, where you at now, where you plan on going. But 3 years is a long time. You definitely need to come up with some kind of way to leverage that experience. You know what I'm saying? Whether you, especially being a surgical tech, like you can start your own surgical tech channel. Y'all write a surgical, like do something. It don't even gotta be surgical tech. It could be anything. If I plan on staying on that facility anyways, then I may do the 3 years. But if not, I just find me a program. And I don't want to feel obligated. Yeah, I don't want to be obligated. 3 years is 3 years. You'll get enough experience if it's at a good. Let's say we get certified in 6 months. Yeah, but 3 years is a long time. Y'all, 3 years is a long time. I'm not gonna lie, because 3 years now I can't go nowhere. And that vaccination shit, now they out here doing some shit, ain't they? We gotta stay 3 years in agreement for an escalated program. But you know what? 6 months is good, because that's how my surgical tech program was when I was in the Navy. It was a 6-month program. It was 3 months I did this and 3 months clinicals, and then it was like, okay, and you're off. And so that was that. The 6 months is good. And honestly, let me tell you, I had to get a Navy some time back too when I went through my program. So it's kind of the same. Like, the Navy paid me to go to school, but I still had to re-enlist. You know what I'm saying? So you going to school, you getting the school for free. You just got to get on some time back. And then it's not all bad. It's just a long time. I just think 3 years is a long time. That's all. But y'all, you know what the truth is? You don't know until you know. So if you're doing a 3-year program, I would, like, y'all, I just want y'all to leverage what you know. Is it Tiana? Is it Tiana? Tiana? I think it's T. Hey, it's a good idea to do step processing while in school for surgical tech. Yes, absolutely. You can learn your instruments. You're going to know. Now, the problem with learning the instrument's name is that they call them different things at different places. So that'd be like, when at this place, they would call these schnitz tonsils. they call them brochures in ENT or brochures or something like that. But it was like a snit tonsil clip. It's just crazy because when you go to certain places, they gonna call things different. But in SPD, you will at least get familiar with instruments in different trades, especially like if it's ENT or vascular, something that you might not be so familiar with, like general trades and orthopedic trades, GYN, they gonna all pretty much have similar, well, not GYN because they gonna have other stuff like dollars, but some of them have very similar instruments in the trades. Is the exam similar to SPD? I didn't take an SPD exam, but I do know that you can work as a surgical tech without going to SPD school. I'm doing a surgical assist. Oh, you getting an associate's with a certification in SPD. And what's FER? What's that? FERC? I don't know what that is. I'm doing surgical technology with a certification in SPD. I don't know where the other part is, Jada. But y'all, if y'all ain't came in here and y'all ain't hit the like button, please hit the like button for me, because it helped with the algorithm, and it helped other surgical techs or other people in this field. Oh, endoscopy, yeah. It helped other people in this field find these type of videos. Hopefully it's helpful to y'all. Hopefully it's helpful to some. Well, not hopefully. I know it's helpful because y'all be telling me I thank you and all of that stuff, and I'm just grateful that I can share some value with y'all in this career field, so you can actually come out on the other end. Because I see so many people quitting, surgical tech school, and it's like they ain't even get I appreciate you too, Dalmonte, honestly, for even being here. Y'all, it's raining again. So I'm gonna show y'all what I'm looking at. I pulled up at, I gotta close my sunroof, waiting for surgical tech, babe. Look, I'm looking at this little pond right here. I came and posted up just to kind of, I be needing to be close to the water sometimes, y'all. I don't know, just weird. I gotta close my, oh shit, I gotta turn the car on, don't I? Hey, sorry y'all, hold on. All right. So yeah, you guys, I just want y'all to know, like, I want you to be able to be successful in this. Soon come. That sounded like this old, like, some old country stuff. My grandma never say, like, soon. They used to be like, keep living. Y'all grandparents used to talk to y'all like that. You say something, be like, I don't think that'll happen. Grandma used to be like, you just keep living, baby. That's what you do. And so we just out here living. But I just want you guys to be successful. Honestly, I know I already said that, but when I be sitting back thinking, like, what's important, like, in life, the more you help other people, the more help you get, like that. And you send out that positive energy come back, y'all. And I know that this information I'm giving y'all gonna give you the best, what's the word I'm looking for, chance of making the most out of this career, because I want you to make the money. Like, the money that you're gonna make, not only do I want you to go earn it, like, you can come as a surgical tech, but I want you to get out here and be able to keep a lot of it, so you can quit working or you can retire early or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You can spend more time with your kids. Like Jada having another baby. Like, I almost don't want you. Oh, that's what I was going to get back to, Jada. I had completely forgot about them kids. I'm almost inclined to tell you, yeah, go to surgical tech school, but if you do labor and delivery, you're going to need something that's going to give you 312s. And I'm going to tell you 312s because then you'll have more time with your kids. And I would just say stay local unless your husband going to travel with you. That's what I would say. If your husband traveling with you, and like if he got some kind of business that he can do on the road or something, he gonna travel with you, then yeah. But 3 kids in daycare is gonna be too much money. And a newborn and a 1-year-old, like, them two finna eat in your pockets. Cause you got, like, I remember my son, he went potty trained. They charged me more because he wasn't potty trained when he was like 2. And so they did help potty training, but I had to pay until he got potty, like, I had to pay more until he got potty trained, is what I'm trying to say. So I would almost say finish the surgical tech school. Maybe you can do PRN. at a facility because PRN is an option. I just went and put too much time into being away from my babies because that's way more valuable than anything at these jobs. And anything I can tell you, I'm not gonna lie, them kids and the fact that they're gonna be big fast, like y'all, I get real mushy when it comes down to kids. Like I just be loving people kids, and I just think they don't stay small long enough. So I'm not gonna tell you to come out here and get no job, and I'm definitely not finna tell you to travel if you don't have your husband with you with your kids. So I'm not gonna tell you to do none of that. Oh wait, I skipped somebody. I've been needing a surgical tech mentor. Girl, you got one. What you talking about? She right in front of you. I'm sweating a little bit, y'all. Hold on. That I don't know much about financial anything, or how do or to do the most I can to make the best life for me and my kids. Yeah, see, that's why I'm here. Hold on, let me read the rest of these. We're gonna get into that. The program in North Carolina, I completed. Ooh, you scared me. Oh, that's okay. I was like, hi. Y'all finna catch some fish? Ooh, that scared me. So, what did it say? I missed what I was saying. The program in North Carolina I have to complete now because I can't even get acceptance. Wait. Oh, this must be you probably going to school for an associate's if you got to do prereqs. I would say, and y'all already know, I say get a certificate, do the certificate, don't do the associates. Unless you trying to go to school again. Like I ain't going back to school. But it's worth it. I just wouldn't go. I mean, 9 prerequisites is a lot. You can go do something else if you want to do that. If you're gonna do it like that, 9 prerequisites. That means you gotta pay for them. If you can clap out of them, that'd be cool. If you can go to hold on, y'all. I gotta get some air because baby, what time it is? It's 11. It's already 80 degrees outside. What y'all know about that Florida life? It's already 80 degrees. Already. Let's get some air. So the 9 prerequisites, I would look into study.com because you can clip out of those. Study.com will probably cost you around $200 a month. You could get up to 2 classes done in a month, and they got like all the study material. It's like a video. They show you like not a video recording. What is like video to teach you the stuff, like to teach you whatever it is that you finna clap out of. They have like videos for you to watch, and then there's some study material. You could just take the test. That's like $200 but a month. And so 2, 4, 6, 8, that's still 4 months. 5 because you need 9. So I'm gonna say no to that and go find a certification somewhere, and you'll be good to go with the certification. Because associates, this is what they're doing at these schools. They offer you an associate's degree because then they can charge you more money, because you have to pay for each of those classes, right? So if they charge you, if you do an associate's, you got to pay for all of the prerequisites and the certification process, the certification program. I mean, if you just go to somewhere that has the certification, I would do that. But if you're gonna do it, then it can't be like an 18-month certification, because if you're gonna be in school for 18 months, you might as well get an associate's degree, right? So if you can get a program where the program like less than a year and it's a certificate, I would do it that way. Or a hospital where you can work at, I would do it like that, y'all. That's what I would do. It would, to me, it's still worth it, but it's not worth it to put yourself into like, y'all already know I'm finna be like, all that debt just be stressing me out. It's student loan debt. I don't mind debt where you finna go get some money back. If you finna go get $10,000 worth of credit card debt and then go buy some land, I'm with that. If you finna flip the land or something, but $30,000 in student loan debt, and then you don't really know if you're gonna like the program or not, or if you're gonna like the career or not. That employee mindset is like, I'm trying to tell y'all finna get y'all out of that shit. You gonna be at work, y'all look, you gonna walk into your job when I get done with y'all, even if I'm just giving y'all free game on YouTube for the rest of my life. When I get done with y'all gonna be in there walking with y'all head held high, and you're gonna be walking like that because you're gonna be knowing that you making more money, you got more information and knowledge on how to keep the money that you end up making than your coworkers that's not tapped into this channel. Because I'm gonna tell you, people in the medical field, and it's nothing to talk bad about them or nothing like that, but most people in the medical field have been trained to think like, go to school, get a job, and work your job, pay your 401k, buy a house. That's very old school way of fucking thinking. Hold on, y'all. Let me not get. That was real game. Thank you. Let me see. Hold on, boost. Wait, hold on. That employee mindset is just like these vaccines and boosters seem safe until it's too late. Yeah. And ain't no job safe, y'all. I just want y'all to be clear with that. Ain't no job safe. It's not safe in the fact that where you think, oh, people be like job security. You got job security. Yeah, you as a surgeon tell you'll always be able to find a job. You will have that, but it's still not security. Like, it's not what you think. Like, it's a facade. I had to do prereqs. That's because Jada getting an associate's degree. That's why she had to do prereqs. Y'all, if you just came in, if you're enjoying this content, or if you didn't just come in, if you're enjoying the content, please hit a like for me. I hate to have to say that, but y'all know Grand Rising legend. Y'all know how YouTube work. Can you repeat the website? Oh, the website that I was just saying is called study, study.com. If you email me at info, I ain't gonna even go there. I was gonna say email me at info@Kiafa so I can send you my referral link, but you know, you can do that too. It's study, SUDY.com, study.com. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys. I heard the OR is toxic. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say about this is what I'm gonna say. Any place can be toxic. Any place can be toxic, right? Any job can be toxic. If you're in a toxic environment, I'm gonna say remove yourself immediately from the toxicity. So you, like, for some people, they might be able to handle certain levels of toxicity. If we gonna talk about it, like, some people might be able to handle certain levels of stuff and other people don't. So I'm gonna say, depending on you and what you can handle is gonna determine the level of toxicity or how much you can handle. Like me, these days, I ain't got it in me to be dealing with certain things because I'm working on my higher vibration. So if I'm around people that's in some low vibrational stuff, and if you're around enough people that's in low vibrational energy, they bring you down too, right? I'm currently in the process of finishing my prerequisites. Y'all got this. Let me tell you, don't let me be the one to tell y'all that, oh, it's bad. It's not bad to get an associate's degree. Get the associate's degree. You can build on that later. You know what I'm saying? But if we talking about getting to the money, I'm telling y'all to go get a certification and don't worry about no degree. But if you got other stuff going on, go get the degree, and then you can work, you know, you can still progress in your education as time go on. Like, if you want to go, because you don't know, you might want to go be an OR nurse. Like, you don't know that. I just know that I'm not going back to school. So when I'm talking to y'all, I'm saying that my mind is telling you to get to the money. It's giving you a way to get to the money as fast as you can. Like, don't get caught up with out, because school, that's like all that energy being in put into going to school, all that energy being put into learning. Like, you gotta learn like pre-algebra and all this other stuff before you even get to anatomy, before you even get to the surgical part, the surgical tech part. Like, that seems like a lot of energy and a lot of money and time. And so I don't want you to have, if you really like on this, I got a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan. I'm like a 5-year. I like the 5-year plan because 5-year you in and out. I got an offer for an OR assistant. Basically, without, wait, I got an offer for OR assistant. The job description basically sounded like a surgical tech. What I have, that's probably exactly what it is. If it wouldn't have been longer than a year and a half, I would. Yeah, see, a year and a half is still not bad though, because most programs are a year. So if it's 18 months, yeah, if you're going to do 18 months, you definitely need to have an associate's degree. So the program should definitely, like, anything less, you're going to get a certificate. You can probably cost you a couple $1,000. Like, that's what I be thinking, y'all. Like, I'm very, like, bottom line at this point, because I'm looking at it, like, from a business mindset. Like, this is business. So if I get caught up with spending too much time doing stuff that's not even a part of my job, like, that's too much energy. To me, that's too much energy. Like, might as well go over here, get the certificate real quick. Then you can get to your job faster. Then you get to the job, you get enough experience fast enough. Then you can get out here and get the money. Now you got like an extra, y'all. On some real shit, I was bringing home $3,000 a week, bringing home after taxes on travel assignments. Guess, okay, that's $3,000 a week. This as a surgical assistant. I'm bringing home 3 stacks a week after taxes, right? Now check this out. I bring the 3,000. Y'all, guess how much money it cost me to live? It was costing me to live. Well, my original when it's just one household, it's just about $3,500 is like all of my expenses with money left over. So then now, because I was out of town, right? Because I'm out of town, so now I gotta pay for somewhere else to stay. So let's just say that one was another $3,000 or $2,000. I'm sorry, I was paying $2,000 a month at one of the last places I was paying $2,000 a month plus 35. Well, all my regular expenses is 35 plus another 2. That's 5,500. But I'm bringing in $3,000 a week, 3 6. So in 2 weeks, I got 2 weeks of income. I got really like 2.5 weeks of income that's just sitting. That was like $6,000 plus just sitting with nowhere to go. So then I'm sitting here like, okay, you got to come up with something to do with this money. But the money that I could come up with something to do what you do with it. I was throwing it in the stock market because I ain't had nowhere else to put it. Because then it's like, get it out of your account before you spend it, right? Now the problem with the stock market is if you want that money back, and your stocks done drop, because if y'all know anything about the stock market, y'all know the stocks went down. Now I can't touch the money because it ain't where it need to be at for me to pull it out. So I had to leave it there. It says, let's see, think. Hold on, what I missed? Oh yeah, the thing I like about my program, it says most of them relevant. Yeah, it do sound good, don't it? 3 stacks a week is good. To me, it is. That's the only. I ain't moving for anything less than that, y'all. I ain't going nowhere. If I can stay in Jacksonville, then it could be less than that. Or if I can stay close, then it can be less than that. But if I got to go out of the state and the city, it can't be less than that. I was about to just do still processing because the program was only a year. I do not want to be in school forever because I can't find a school that only. Oh, yeah, Tiana. I hope I'm saying your name right. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. So I was saying this kind of a little bit earlier, but it might be a little extreme for some people. I would almost, you guys, I would probably look for the closest place that offered the certification. If you wanted to keep it low, you would almost be better off finding a location that's got the certification for like $5,000, right, or $6,000, and driving there, depending on how far it is, then to pay $30,000, 35, because we got inflation, then to pay $35,000 for a program to be close. Because if you take the 30,000, even if you took another 10, you could go rent a room. You know what I'm saying? And I know like at Gulf Coast State College here in Jackson, or here in Florida, Gulf Coast State College is in Panama City, Florida. I don't know if their surgical tech program is kind of hands off, like online, or if it's just their first assist. But I know their first assist program is kind of hands off at Kiafa. Hi Kiafa. Hi computer status. I completed all my prerequisites and got stuck. Oh, I got sick with lupus. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that COVID happened. Oh no. How did your prerequisites? I really don't know what to say about that, because it would be based off of what kind of school you went to. If you go to this, and I keep going back to these community colleges. If you go to a community college, your prerequisite, how long do they? I don't know, because it depends on the program, right? I was just going to say your prerequisites shouldn't expire, but I think it depends on the program, because I know if it's like a science or something like that they have to be within a 2-year time frame or something. 5 to 7 years expired. Oh wow, that's a long time. Yeah, that's probably 5 to 7. But how did yours expire? COVID was only like 3 years ago, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know. Like I didn't have that experience. I wouldn't even know. Um, Other than to tell you to not worry about the prerequisites and to just get a go find a certification course. I'm gonna have to do some research for y'all with them certification courses. If it's somebody on here that if y'all email me and want to know, I mean, if you email me, you really can take the time to look up your own certification courses. But the certification courses I be saying is because you don't have to worry about the prerequisites. You just got to go through the program. You don't have to be certified to be a surgical tech. You could just be, what I'm trying to say, work as a surgical tech without having a certification. So I would just honestly be careful of spending too much time on prerequisites. And maybe, like, okay, like with Jada got kids, Jada pregnant, so she might have to do what she can do to get where she trying to get. Sometimes we do have to do that. But if you're not in like, if you just want to be comfortable and be like, oh, I don't want to drive that far, but I'm nervous. I mean, don't be nervous. But if you don't want to drive that far, I'm gonna get back to you, Legend. If you don't want to drive, if you have a flexible life, if you don't have no kids, or maybe you do and you got support, I would tell you to drive a little bit further. Get into a program that's not gonna cost you. What's up, Jay? I would definitely not spend a lot of time on prerequisites, you guys, unless, like you saying, unless like I was saying, you need to be close, or you want to go back to school. Excuse me, I just got sidetracked. If you want to go back to school later, you want to be a nurse or something, or you're not sure, then yeah. Listen, I'm just trying not to give up on surgical tech because all that schooling is a no for me. Just being in debt. Now, this is what I'm gonna say. Like, that's what I'm telling people. Like, in Jacksonville, it's so many schools here. It's so much fun. Don't be nervous. Yeah, nah, shit. I'll be nervous sometimes. Like, I think more when I'm teching, I get nervous. When I'm an assistant, I don't be nervous like the same way with the tech. Now, it depends. In some cases, I be like, I'd rather scrub it, and in some cases, I don't. You got your first assist. Yeah, I got my first assist. I done had my first assist probably like almost. It's time for me to renew. I got to do my CEUs this year. If I don't, then they all of that work was for nothing. So we definitely, and then because if I don't get it done, then both of my certifications go away. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Many schools are transitioning to associate's degree. For some odd reason, the year I was in the school certificate was the last. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, you're gonna be nervous, but just enjoy the process. And I think what nervousness really is, and this is what I tell my son. I don't know if it's like all the way true, but I know when I be nervous, it's because I don't feel prepared. It's like I'm not. Oh, you got this. It's because I be nervous. If I'm nervous, it's because I'm not prepared. Excuse me. It's because I didn't prepare enough for something, or I don't feel like I know enough about the topic. So maybe. But that's normal, because if you've not been in the OR before, then you're gonna be nervous. That's a very normal emotion, or that's very normal for you to feel like that. Yeah, that's my school told me to. I didn't know that they was doing that, y'all, because I know in Florida, like, y'all could come to Jacksonville and go to FSCJ, Florida State Community College, and I know they have a certificate program on their website, and it's about $5,000, and I think it said it was about 12 months. So they have one here. I ain't gonna tell y'all to move, but I would say it might be cheaper to move, because $30,000 in student loan debt on top of the interest that they're gonna hit you with if you don't pay it out soon enough is just a lot. Know your steps to surgery. Know your instruments. You'll be fine. Yeah, the instruments. This is what I was telling them earlier. They just be changing the names up. Sometimes I'd be like, "What did you just call that? What is that? What are you asking for?" I don't know what that is. That's not what that is. That's just like Kellys and peons. In what world is a Kelly a peon and a peon a Kelly? Y'all know, like, I don't know. I grew up thinking a Kelly was like a regular hemostat, and a peon was a bigger peon that you put the peanut. I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't know. I'm an SPD tag. So I have an advantage. You definitely got an advantage if you have lupus or a heart condition. Will they pay for your skills? I don't know. You probably who is they? Who is they pay for your skills? Let me see. Did I read that wrong? I might have read that wrong. If you have lupus or heart conditions. Oh, you're saying DARS. Oh, I see. I got you on file. I'm slow. Will pay for your skills. Oh, that's what's up. Schooling. I prefer that since I do too sometimes because I'm actually in the surgery. Yeah, I like assistant. I mean, I like both sometimes because sometimes, like, especially when I'm with a new tech, I just start reaching. Y'all be mad at me because I'm grabbing and stuff. And I remember working with this doctor and he did not like that. Like, you got to tech, either you gonna tech or you gonna assist. And I'm like, but I'm both. So I don't know what you want me to say right now. I don't know what you want me to do. My instructor said, no, the body making the instruments. Knowing the body make what? My instructor said, no, the body making the instruments. Knowing the body. I don't know what that. I'm slow on that. Legend. We learn both names in our programs. They teach us Kellys and peons or tonsils and schnitz. Yeah, but did you know that schnitz was also called an ENT? They'll call them brothershires or some crap like that. He was calling them. I didn't know it was a tonsil clamp. Shit, that's what it looked like. But he would use it to to clamp off vessels. So this one particular ENT doc, this is the one I was like, he had cussed me out, y'all. And so, cause he was fucking low vibrational and a mini man. You know, let me say this, and I don't get mad at me if you're a little mini man on here. I'm not coming for y'all, but some people be having some very like y'all know them little dogs, the little yapping dogs, the smaller the dog is, the more they bark. Like that's what he was. Let's see. But he used to, well, back what I was saying was he would clamp off vessels with a snit or a tonsil clamp and then tie them off. So that was the first time I had seen that. Yep, I did. Fast forward, I put Florida Community College on there, but I might just go to school next year and get in a hospital. I might and get to, yeah. If you get to a hospital, look like they offering surgical test. So I know I got bad habits, Jay. I do. I mean, I got habits. Even Jacksonville Community College has a transition to. Yeah, they do, Dro. You can transition, but you don't have to. You can still just do the certification. They offer both. That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't. If you can choose, then I would just choose the one that's gonna get you to the money the fastest. But if you feel like you can't, then you know what I'm saying. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. I'm finna have to go. It would be 45,000 total at the end of the school year. I wasn't. Wait a minute. It would be 45,000 total at the end of the school. I wasn't going to attend. 45,000 is a lot of money, y'all. That's like a whole year. Napoleon syndrome. That's what. Yes, Jay. Hello, mini man. Get the fuck out of here. I'll beat you up. I won't, because I don't be fighting people with. He was mini. Like, he wore like a 7 glove, little small feet, little miniature man. Got a little big man syndrome. That's funny to me. Because I'm like, y'all, like, I'm just so chill. And I be just in that chill. So when I see people with these, like, weird ass, like, behaviors, I'm like, I could just see right through that shit. But you know, that's because I be working on myself with the creator and everything, trying to, what they call discernment, being able to read through people, see people for who they is, and knowing when it's time for you to shake and bake. But yeah, come on, y'all, let's go, cause your girl got to use the bathroom. We finna take it back to the house. I'm gonna keep y'all on while I'm driving. Dang, I got my camera covered. I can't see behind me. Hold on, y'all. I hope ain't nobody back there. They better move. Oh, I can't see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. What you say? I know, because I'm see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I had. Oh, I ain't got my seat up right now. That's why I was like, I don't want to be like, I ain't trying to like offend nobody. Let me move y'all real quick so I can use my camera, cause I can't see. Come on, let me out. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. I can't see nothing. Trying not to tap my damn car. If y'all could see what I was doing, y'all would be like, what in the hell? Hold on. You got to see where I'm at and to know what's really going on, but you can't. So, okay. Okay, let's go. And we're off. Make sure nobody behind me with their little dogs. Okay, and now. All right. Y'all gotta use the bathroom. I'm at the park and they don't have no bathroom. Well, they do got a bathroom, but I'm definitely not gonna use it. I know, because I'm 6'6" and hated by this. Yeah, did they require you to have the flu shot? I don't get nothing. I ain't doing nothing for nobody. I'll get a TB test done, but I ain't getting no flu shot. I ain't getting no vaccine. I ain't getting none of that. I ain't been sick. I got COVID last year. And I got COVID last year from at the hospital. Like, I ain't get COVID during COVID or the year. Like, I got COVID last year from being at the hospital. And it had me down. But it felt like, it did have me down. But I'm saying all that to be like, I don't be getting sick like that. So, why would I take a shot to prevent me from getting sick when I ain't getting sick? You see what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense. If I'm sick, that's different. How did you get around that? I just gave them a religious. So on some real shit, y'all, like, if I'm being 100% with y'all, my religion or my spirituality or my knowing, my system, belief system, whatever you want to call it, for me, I had to set a priority or a standard and saying, I don't trust this. Like, myself came up with, I don't trust what was happening enough. So when we was doing COVID, during the lockdown, that's when I knew I wasn't finna get it, because I had already been in the OR long enough, like in the medical field long enough to know that hadn't been out. So I had to set a boundary or a standard for myself. And I was just like, I'm not going to work. I'm just not going to work. Not at all, but I'm just not gonna work in that field if that's required. I'm not gonna work in that hospital if that's required. I'm not gonna take that assignment if that's required. But at the end of the day, these people need help. So if you give them a religious exemption form that is actually speaking to them, and if y'all email me at info@Kiafa and put in the subject line, you want a copy of the exemption form, I will send you a copy of the exemption form for medical or for religious reasons that I've used, that I've submitted to facilities, that I got from it's nobody here, like, what are you doing? That I got from a recruiter that was that he had already submitted to somebody else. What's up, Saheed? I don't know if I be saying your name wrong. Wasim. Good morning. Grand Rising from Pakistan. That's what I'm talking about. I need to come to Pakistan. You think if I come to Pakistan, I could be a doctor? Can I come to Pakistan and be a doctor? I probably won't make the same amount of money, huh? How much? Okay, I got a question. How much do surgeons make in Pakistan? I hope I'm saying your name right. Let me know if I'm saying it right. Wasim. Yeah, tell me how much they make. Like, if you could convert it to USD, that'd be great. But if you can't, then I understand as well. It said, wait a minute. I miss Jada said, hold on. Let me go back. Yes, all right. Okay. Jada said, I never had a flu shot in my life, and I don't really want it, but they said we gotta get it. That's because they trying to control people. Like, this shit is a joke. That's what I told my program director. I told her I didn't trust COVID shot. They just cooked up. Yeah. I've been around the medical field at this point, y'all, because even before I was a surgical tech, which I graduated surgical tech school in 2006, right? Before then, I was already a Navy hospital corpsman. And in the Navy, they sent me to EMT school, and so then I was a surgical tech. I was a acute care hospital corpsman at Jacksonville Clinic, Branch Health Clinic here in Jacksonville. And when I was doing that, they required us to have an EMT certification, so they sent us back to school to become EMTs. So I was an EMT, and we was treating like how the Navy was set, how the Navy had it set up. I was in the OR, I mean in a clinic seeing patients with doctors, and we didn't have a nurse, we just had the physician. Like we'd have a PA, and then the doc, we would sign off on the we would write the notes, we would tell the doc what we thought, the doc would come see, and we taking vital signs, all that. And then like in the middle of that, we might have an emergency call, so then we would get in the ambulance and then go drive the ambulance and go do that. So I've been in the medical field long enough, I think, at this point to realize, to know that I ain't getting no vaccine that just came out a year or two ago. Like, we ain't doing that, y'all. And then I watched Tuskegee. I keep saying that, y'all, but you gotta understand, like, obviously I'm black, and so because I'm black, and then black Americans have experienced certain things that, you know, wasn't beneficial to our well-being when it came down to vaccination. So no, we're not doing that. I'll just stay home and shoot, do something else. So what's your opinion on taking? I say take it. Yeah, because you'll get the experience. And then, well, I say apply for it, do the interview, and then shit, if you don't like it, quit. I'm gonna tell you, hey, y'all know how they put you on 90-day probation. And if you don't know, oh, it's gonna rain, y'all. If you don't know about 90-day probation, they'll put you on probation for 90 days to see if you fit, you know, if you fit into their facility, like if you fit into their environment. And then if you don't, they fire you. But that go both ways. Like, y'all can fire a job, you don't have to stay there. Like, don't be, I ain't scared, bitch, I ain't coming back, I quit. And I ain't giving you, if I really don't like it, I ain't giving you no 2 weeks notice. The only reason I'm gonna give people a 2 weeks notice if I like the facility, if I like the people, then I get them like the respect of a 2 weeks notice. But if I'm in there getting cussed out and disrespected and pulled out of classrooms, something like that, if I'm getting pulled out of OR rooms, man, I'm at the house. Y'all can get somebody else to come in here. And when I sat back and was doing my money, when I was looking at, I know I'm talking about myself right now, but I'm just letting y'all know, when I was looking at how much money I was making at the end of everything, no, child, please, like, this ain't worth it. This ain't worth it at all. I ain't finna be sitting around here being talked to any kind of way, and then ain't making no money on top of that, and y'all think I'm finna be taking 12 shifts to call. Like, that shit sound ignorant. But I say take the I'm big on, if you don't like it, quit. I'm trying to tell you, like, don't get mad at me for I'm not gonna teach you job loyalty. I'm not that. I'm gonna teach you self-loyalty. Be loyal to you and your mental health and what you need to do. And if you need, and you think because you might need that job, because people put themselves in situations where they feel like they need a job, when you do that, you need to reevaluate your priorities, because your mind, your mental health, your well-being needs to be a priority. Especially if you got like a family. You don't want, I remember I had came home that day, that doctor cussed me at, y'all, and I was so irritated I couldn't really even talk to my son for a minute because I was trying to calm myself down from the disrespect. Who's that fair to? You know what I'm saying? They don't give you a 2 weeks notice when they fire you. They don't. Like, I'm telling y'all better sit right here and act like y'all know how this shit go. They do not give you, they'll let your ass work all day. Hey, legend, they'll let you work all day, all week, rip and run you, have you feeling like you know what I'm saying, about to lose your mind, and then you come into work, oh, so this is not a fit, bitch, this ain't no fit. I'm Monday morning, text you 2-3 o'clock in the morning, this ain't gonna work, I'm gonna stay at the house today. I'm gonna stay at the house for the next couple of days because my mind ain't right. And people don't understand, like, you don't really know what people be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what people be dealing with. So at the end of the day, what I'm not finna be doing is sitting up here mad at my son, fussing at the dogs because the dogs is running because I didn't close the gate all the way because I was distracted thinking about this person, you know, that's the disrespect to me. Now I'm running through the neighborhood trying to get the dog. She pregnant, son looking at me like, why you tripping? She just go get her. You know, like, who got time for all of that? My real life is too valuable to me to be sitting around here like letting that. And that stuff will affect y'all if y'all don't know. If you sit around here long enough, what? If you let people take advantage of you, I am on IG. I'm key off of everywhere, y'all. I'm key off everywhere, y'all. Hold on, I really gotta pee, y'all. My God. Hold on, y'all. We gotta get in here. Cause darling. Hold on, y'all. Let me get in here. Cause why you went to the park after you drank all that water? Why you went to the park after you drank all that water? Hold on, y'all. Let's get in there. Not she doing a pee pee dance. Oh shoot. Hold on, y'all. What you was in there doing? Sleeping? All right, y'all, my bad. Whew. Darling. You Jada, you heard my girl. Hey, Jada, she breastfeeding. Leave her alone. She is thirsty. Come on, we finna take her outside. She breastfeeding. She definitely thirsty. That's funny. You can hear my baby. You can hear her. Hold on, y'all. We gonna stand outside. Let her use the bathroom real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all her right now. She out here. She look a little skinny because she just had some puppies. If y'all follow me on TikTok, then y'all done probably seen her. She little titties is sagging right now. But she good people though. Hold on. Hey April. Girl, you caught me. You caught a good one because I was sure finna get up out of here in a minute. But hold on, y'all. Let me get a chair. This is the studio. I'm outside in the bed right now. You're supposed to be using the bathroom, not sitting up under me. Okay. All right, we're gonna sit here for a minute. Woo. My chickens and stuff out here with me. I'm gonna show y'all. There go everybody over there. That's my backyard needing some attention. But anyways. So yeah. Y'all like, y'all, I was rushing trying to get home, trying to get to that bathroom, honey. Like, I'm trying to tell you. Let me see if I missed something. So, I was just saying. So, now I got sidetracked. I forgot what I was telling y'all, but I definitely, talking about being, accepting, crap just from people like. Anyways, what else y'all got going? What y'all doing today? It's what, Saturday? It's Saturday? It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Okay, chickens. I know. I need to go get some more. I want to go get some more, but they don't have no, they ain't had the kind I wanted at the feed store. And in order for me to order them, I have to order 10, and I don't want 10, what is that, 15 chickens. I don't want 15 chickens. I just want a couple more. But yeah, you guys, so this is like, this is my studio, y'all. This is what I be doing hair when I do hair. I would go all the way in there. Y'all can't see it, but that's where I be doing hair at. And so this is my little setup when I be in the backyard. But we just back here to let her use the bathroom because old girl, she got like 9 puppies in there. Y'all can follow me on TikTok. That's what I was trying to tell y'all earlier. I ain't on IG like that. I'll probably get back on IG. But I've been playing with TikTok a little bit lately just to see, you know, what's the hype about. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go back traveling. I'm pretty sure. I just got to, I can't go nowhere until I sell these puppies. We got 9 puppies right now that she had. I wish I was close. I be wanting my hair done. Girl, I'll be doing my own hair. It's funny because y'all know how they be like hairstylists. The hairstylists really don't be wanting to do their hair. You finna move? Where you moving to? I'm cleaning, getting ready to move. Where you moving to? I don't want to move. Like, I ain't. That's not fun to me. It's not fun at all. Oh, here come my son and my other dog, I think. They trying to find me. They're looking for me. Sorry, y'all. He just not getting up. It's 11:30. Must be nice. I done did a whole bunch of stuff already. Even before I talked to y'all, I went for my walk. I did 7,000 steps. I did 7,000 steps already. What's that? Um, what's 7,000 steps? Like 4 miles? No, 3 miles. I moved back. I'm saying, oh, you need a bigger apartment. Just, just to a bigger apartment in my city. Oh, okay. Oh, how long did it take? Oh, you got it. This is probably 3 years. We had around COVID, before COVID, something like that. Y'all, if y'all came in, y'all haven't hit the like button, hit the like button for me, please. I greatly appreciate it. That's like some energetic currency that you can send my way. Send me some love. What Jada said, I move back. Oh, I still got, oh, I just missed that. I still got boxes unpacked. I don't got time. I know that's right. I don't blame you, shit. And you pregnant, girl, please. I wouldn't be studying it. Hold on, let me make sure this dog don't try to get away. She be trying to run away. She be trying to break through the fence. I want to keep that sweater on because it's, y'all like, why you got a sweater on and it's 80 degrees? Because the mosquitoes is like, why are you even out? Like, it ain't too hot for the mosquitoes. They just eating me up. But anyways, you guys, let me see. What else we talked about? We talked about a lot today, didn't we? This 2 hours. This is a long live. This is a long one, huh? This is probably one of the longer ones. I got some more stuff coming out for y'all the next couple weeks. I already like planned it out and everything. Y'all, I've been working. Even though I was like, if you're not gonna be scrubbing, you're gonna be at home, you might as well like create some content. Cause y'all know, like a couple months ago I had posted that video where I wanted to be a full-time content creator. And so I was like, well, let's see what that day like really look like. Like what that look like. Latte, where you at? Latte? Oh, y'all, I don't trust her. You wanna go back in? Shoot, Latte was like, it's too hot out here for her. She like, I got to go, honey. Go back to my babies. But yeah, girl, okay. I hope not. I don't know. They might give something. I hope the ones in the States don't have Ebola. They better not be right. I think I hope not, girl. Don't have me lying. My thoughts on OR nurses, some of them are good, some of them aren't, you know. It's kind of like tax. Like some of them used to be taxed. Them the ones I really like because they used to be taxed, and so then it's a different kind of understanding. But some of them be thinking that they, you know, it's all a power trip. Like everybody, when they get a little bit of power, they be feeling like, you know, like they somebody. But if you somebody outside the OR, you somebody in general. Like I don't need no power trip because I already know I got power. Like that's the thing. Like if you already know who you are, you don't have to be on a power trip. But some of them are good. Some of them, you know, I think when you when you doing OR, when you a nurse or when you a tech and you got a nurse with you, I think it'd be nice for you to make sure you have everything that you need and make sure that if you don't have it on your back table, that you got it in the room at least, so that your nurse don't have to be doing all that ripping and running and stuff. I think that's unfair to them sometimes when, you know, they're not when the tech not or the first assistant prepare the room and the nurse got to chart and run and chart. Now some cases they might it might be okay for them to run a little bit because it might be like a longer case. But if it's one of them like short hand cases and you ain't got enough stuff, or if it's a short case and they ripping and running, then they gonna be irritated with you. What's your experience with guy in the camera? Everything's backwards. You need to start playing video games. Some people said they never have done it, and some say they have. Yeah, you definitely got. Well, I control the. I mean, I did growing up. I mean, growing up, coming up in the OR, like we didn't really always have a first assistant, And so it's gonna take practice because of the fact that it's backwards. Everything is backwards, like up is down. Yeah, up is when you dropping your hand down, and down is when you drop it. Like everything is backwards. Everything is backwards. So you just have to remember that. Probably play some video games. I'm not great at video games because my hand-eye coordination, but because I've been working with the cameras for so long, I kind of have an idea. And you just really, when you with the camera, working the camera, you really gonna be closer to the physician than you might be comfortable with. And you might just have to get comfortable with being up close, and hopefully the doc don't stink, because that's gonna suck. It's offering 21 $21, and some surgical tests is offering $21. Yeah, 21 ain't a whole 21. That's what I just heard. That's how I'm gonna do something for me. Anyways, $21 is not a lot, but you know, in North Carolina, depending on what you're saying, it might be worth it. I would just try it, like, cause worst case scenario, you could just quit. Like, you never know. You might like it. Even if it's $21 an hour, you get experience. If you're not certified, I want to travel so bad, but I'm scared because I don't know anything. You know more than you think you know. Like they looking for some, like they look for people to know general surgery, but my hospital don't do so. Oh, you need to see. So this what I would say, April. If you're not getting certain surgeries at the facility, you might need to go PRN and go to another surgery, go somewhere where you can get some of that experience, because general surgery is definitely something that you're gonna be doing. I do know, like, a lot, if you want to go to like surgery centers, you might can get away with not doing a whole bunch of general, because they doing like a lot of orthopedics, they doing pain, they doing maybe some eyes. I'm not a fan of eyes. You can't talk, you can't play music. I don't like that. Patient still awake, sedated, and then it's fast cases, so you like turning and burning. So I'm not a fan of eyes, but you can you might have to go somewhere else and get the supplement your learning experience, or your learning, yeah, like your surgery. So you can go somewhere and they might be doing surgery. They might be doing different surgeries at the hospital, and then wherever you're working at, or the surgery center, you can just kind of go back and forth. But you definitely need to get some general surgery. Right, 21. I just saw her at 21. I keep hearing that shit now. Okay, say, yeah, you said that my partner just graduated to be a nurse, and the nurses don't like him because he once was a. Yeah, see, the problem when you already in the medical field is, you, not the problem, but it's a good thing. You are a lot more comfortable with certain things than somebody that's not. Now, if you like SPD and you end up going to be a tech, like, you're gonna be great because you got the experience of the instrument, and it's beneficial for you to go ahead and have some, I would say, have some experience as a, you know, patient care tech, a surgical tech, or something before you go straight into the OR. I think that is beneficial. Or be a nurse, even like techs. I think nurses that was techs first are good OR nurses, and I think techs that was like in the field before, in the medical field before that, I think they really good techs. And first assist, like if you got a first assist that was a tech, like they should be on their shit. We have a lab sim in my classroom, and I be ready to throw. At least you get to play with it. I ain't even getting no simulation, girl. Like, my simulation was real life, and they was like, "What are you doing?" Da, 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 you know. It's been a year of me being certified surgical tech. That's what's up. That's what's up. You got to get out here and get some of this experience, girl. I thought the same. 21. That's all I kept hearing. I keep hearing it. 21. I currently work at a hospital as a medical receptionist, and it seems like a lot of medical staff seems to be. Yes. You know why they burnt out? Let me tell you why they burnt out. Hold on, let me get everybody else. I'm gonna come back to that. Yeah, I hate doing eyes. I'm not a fan of eyes. What's your favorite service? At Legend is really good. I just need money. What is it? What's your favorite service? Laughing. Huh? They do ENT, yeah. ENT too, yeah, at the surgery centers. Okay, Tiana. I hope I keep not knowing if I'm saying your name right. Or is it Tiana? Is it T or Ty? Anyways, I think I'd be caught up on names because I don't like people messing up my name. That's probably what it is. But anyways, I would definitely agree with a lot of people in the medical field being burnt out, and it's because they create these lifestyles around their paycheck. So when you get a paycheck, like when you start getting your nursing money or your surgical tech money, people go out, they get cars, they get houses, and it's like you get a house, you already probably paying, like, this is what people be forgetting, because I live in a house now. I'm renting mine, y'all, but let me tell you something. Just because I'm renting, I still have expenses that require, like, I have to pay. Like, I pay for the yard maintenance and stuff like that, right? I have to pay for my carpet to be clean, my tile to be clean. I pay for my tub to be resurfaced. I just pay for a lot of stuff now. My landlord do a lot of stuff too. Like my air conditioner went out, he had to fix it. My fence, this fence right here is this fence is new. He fixed it. This building, this is a separate building from the main house. This building, the plumbing out here had went bad, so he had to pull up all of the like the plumbing collapsed or whatever, the pipes collapsed, so he had to get somebody to come out here and fix it. So I'm saying all that, when you buy a house, it come with money. It's Yana. My mom spelled it funny. Okay, girl, I ain't coming for your mama because I got a sister named Lanisha, and I promise it's a K in there. Lanisha, and it's a K in there. So I ain't coming for you. I just want to make sure I said it right. But yeah, so when the burnout comes from, they done created these bills around this paycheck because they getting more money now, and now they got to keep coming to work. So that's it. They just and then they working 40-something hours plus a week because you taking call and you working your regular hours, and you got to come back. And so people create these lifestyles around their income, and then they job become a prison, and so then they burnt out because now they just working to pay bills. So my advice would be back to what I was saying earlier, is about the financial literacy and understanding that just because you're making more money don't mean that you need to go buy stuff. Like, people be like, yeah, but why you ain't moved? I've been staying here for so long. For one, y'all, my rent was $1,000 for years. 1,000. That's 1,3 zeros. You see what I'm saying? So ain't nowhere you finna get no two. The house probably a total of four bedrooms, 2 baths. Really, probably 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, a den and stuff. It's not like something fancy and all that. Like, I ain't staying in a high rise. I keep it very simple. My rent now is $1,600. Now, to some people that might be expensive, but I got a whole nother studio back here. This a whole 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Hold on, y'all. It's an ant on my shit here. Like, it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath in the studio right here, right? So, but I do hair out of this. This is a home business. You know what I'm saying? I get this is part of a tax write-off. So you just got to learn how to live off of less. Like my car, I have a 2012 Nissan Murano. It's got like almost 8,000 miles on it. It didn't cost a whole bunch of money. And so this dress I got on, it came from DD's, y'all. The dress is cute too. I'm gonna give y'all a little something. Ain't nothing major. It's long enough. Like, it come all the way down. This was like, ow, I'm getting big. This dress is probably $5 at DD's. Now, I normally shop at Ross, but it was a DD's by me, and I wanted to go see what it had because it was hot. So I grabbed the dress. I'm just saying, like, my flip-flops is $9. Actually, they wasn't. They was on sale, so they was less than that. So what I'm telling you, I'm getting ate up by mosquitoes again, y'all. So I'm telling y'all this so y'all can understand. Don't be out here getting into all this debt. I was making all that money, but like I was telling you, I wasn't spending it. Jada, no long as your credit is you credit for USD. What? Hold on, what I miss? No long as your credit is over 640, you can qualify for USD. Was their money down? I must have missed something. What Jada said? I must have missed something. I don't know, but you just gotta keep to avoid burnout. To avoid burnout is what I was getting at. Don't be out here just when you start making money creating more bills. Don't do that. Lower your monthly expenses as much as you can without getting too uncomfortable. Y'all, at one point, if y'all don't probably remember this, but at one point I ain't even had no car. Like, I had got in a car accident in 2020. Right after COVID, somebody hit me, and I ain't had no car, and I wouldn't go get no car because we was still kind of doing lockdown, and you know we wasn't moving like that at the time, so I ain't get no car for like 9 or 10 months. And I'm saying that because I was able to like save some money, even though I was still like, I had my mom, she was driving me places, I would catch Ubers and stuff like that. But you just got to learn how to do without some of the stuff to get to where you want. Now, when I started traveling, when I knew I was going back traveling, I did get a car, and so the car that I knew I wanted, I couldn't afford because I wanted a Jeep Liberty, not a Jeep Liberty. I'm sorry, I wanted a Wrangler because I had already had a Liberty, so I wanted a Wrangler. Y'all know how much a Wrangler costs? And could I had afforded the monthly payments? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hands down, I could afford the monthly payments. I think the monthly payments was like almost six something. That's crazy. Why would I pay six something for a car, y'all? Like, that's crazy. because it's not that it's crazy. It's crazy when I have other goals, other financial goals that would do better with that $600 a month than me putting it into a car. So my car note, could I have paid for the car up front? Yes. Why would? But I didn't want to because we got credit in America, so we using the credit, and you can keep your money to go do something else. So the money that I could have spent on a car, I start using it to get other skill sets. And so when we talk about skill sets, I'm talking about stuff that I can learn on my own as long as I have a internet, and a laptop and stuff. So I was just sitting here and I would just learn different skills. Like right now, I'm learning. I created a ebook. I'm still editing it, and then I had to learn how to design it, and I had to learn how to be able to put it in a system where you guys can put your email address in, and then it automatically downloads. Like I've been learning stuff outside of the OR. Now, some people, what people do is they go to the hospital, they work as a surgical tech, they want to end up going into a different field in medicine, a medical field. So most surgical techs, most first assistants, they tend to go back to school. The ones that want to go back to school, and they go become nurses, or they go become PAs, right, physician assistants. That wasn't something that appealed to me because it didn't matter if I was a nurse, a tech, or a PA. The amount of time that I would have been spending on a job, because all of those still require you to work a job, unless you can figure out how to have an entrepreneur, like a business around that job. Most of them require you to go to work, and I just didn't want to be working like that. So I was like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, it'd be nice if I could just travel the world and make money off of the internet. And so I was like, okay, well, how you gonna make money off the internet? That's when YouTube came into play, which I was already playing with YouTube. This ain't my first channel, y'all. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Like it's done been a long time and a lot of stuff. This channel just was the one that I started seeing my results from practicing just creating content, if that's a good way to say it, because I was just creating content at the time after being a surgical tech. It depends on if you go get an associate's degree, because if you're gonna be a PA, you have to have a degree. So, and most of them require a master's degree. Most of them require a master's degree. I just want to win a lottery at this point. No, you don't, because then you're gonna lose all the money. Go look up lottery winners, and look at how they be looking and how fast they lose their money. You don't want it that fast because you ain't gonna know what to do with it unless you already know what to do with it. But think about it. If I give you if I give you $1 million right now, can you make another million with it, or you gonna just lose the million? Most people just gonna lose the million. They gonna go spend it on stuff. I have I have a YouTube channel, I guess, but I don't be posting anymore because I don't be doing anything but sitting in the house. Girl, I don't be doing that but sitting in the house either. Thank you, legend. You inspiring too. I be sitting in the house too, where I'm at right now, getting ate up by mosquitoes. But your regular life, like you got kids, so you can create content around. I don't know if you want to be posting your kids like that, but I would be like a day in the life with a one or three. You can have 3 kids under 5. You should be creating content around them all day long. What word, if you using Huggies, Pampers, if you using cloth diapers, what struggles you having. Like my pregnancy would be a whole I would be documenting all that, y'all. Like that's just how my brain works these days. My brain is automatically putting me into some kind of creative mode. Like we creating. I'm on my phone right now, y'all. Now I do got a 2000. I do got a Samsung Galaxy S22. This is S23 Ultra. I got an S22 Ultra in there, and that's what I record off of now. If y'all see me when I be doing the screen shares and stuff, then I'm on my laptop. That's different. But you don't need to do all that. You could just literally sit here and with your phone and just record. I clean my camera to make sure it's not too blurry. I get in some kind of lighting halfway decent. Ain't gotta be nothing crazy, but just start creating content, you guys. It could be just YouTube. Like I don't be doing all them crazy thumbnails and stuff, which I need to be doing better with my thumbnails because I do know how to make thumbnails. I just be being lazy with it. I be looking like Rachel. No, you don't. You're beautiful. You're look at girl, child, please. I ain't got on no eyelashes. I did have on some lip gloss earlier, but I done chewed half of that off. I ain't got on no foundation. My eyes a little bit red because I had too much wine last night to drink, and so I'm still like I woke up a little hungover this morning, so that's what that look is. But you don't have to do too much. Just do what you can do. Like, but I would be recording my pregnancy journey. I would be recording my kids. Um, you got to be careful with kids because it's some weird people online. So don't be like taking pictures of your kids in the shower and shit like that. Like you can show you getting prepared for the shower and the toys and stuff. But I would show them preparing for the shower, and then I would show them after you done dry them off and stuff. But like them in the shower, like I'm in the tub or something like that. I wouldn't do that because people are weird, and it's a lot of pedophiles and stuff out here that are using like they looking at content and getting off on the content. They letting their little nasty fetishes get the best of them. But girl, I would just be posting, y'all, like post your journeys, create the content. I stream gaming sometimes. Stream more if you're gonna be doing it. And being told and being told I'm funny, but I'm antisocial. But you know what? It's okay because online you can be antisocial and be social. I ain't talking to nobody in front of them. Like it's easy. I'm more. My friends tell me I'm more of an extrovert, but I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I'm an extrovert, y'all, because when I get done with y'all, I ain't finna talk to nobody with my son the rest of the day. I might talk to my homegirl and my mama maybe, but all of that, like, exerting my energy and stuff around people, like, I don't be with it. I like to hang out a little bit, and then I'm by myself in the house, quiet, learning, reading the book. Right now, I'm listening to I mean, when I say reading, y'all know I'm talking about audiobooks normally because I listen to the book and I be doing other stuff. So I'm listening to it's called Conjure Woman. So that's just something that resonated with me. It's a fiction book, and so I'm just listening to that. Sometimes I listen to nonfiction, business mindset. It could be anything, but that's what I be doing. Every time I say I want to do surgical tech, I keep being told to go for a nursing degree. That's because most people don't know about surgical tech. A lot of people, and they probably looking at like it's not a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anyone tell you what to do for you. Yeah, yeah. It's hey, introvert, introvert. That's me. That's me. Yeah, that's me on both of them. But Jada, like, can't nobody tell. Let me tell you, I had ran into one of my friends' mom. And y'all be at Golden Corral, like don't come for me because I know Golden Corral a little bit low key, kind of cringe, but we be at Golden Corral sometime. I ran into one of my friends' mom at Golden Corral, and I never forget. It was during the week, and I had my son with me, and most kids they be in school during certain time because my son homeschool. He going to high school this year, but for the last 4 years he been home. 4 years, yeah, 4 years he been homeschool. 4 or 5 years he been homeschool. So, anyways, I'm telling you. We out eating at Golden Corral. Like, what you want to go eat? Let's go to Golden Corral. Okay, boom. We go to Golden Corral. I see my friend mama in there, and I promise you, she said to me, and it just was so. It sounded so like simple, but it made so much sense, and I still remember. She was like, don't let nobody tell you how to raise your kids. Not even your mama. Now, what that meant to me was that sometimes you're going to know certain things about you and your setup and your life that not even your family members going to know, and that they not going to even be able to understand or be able to really they gonna tell you what they know and what they done been taught. But it's some new stuff going on. They better stop playing with surgical tech. We are the eyes and ears. Yeah, surgical superstars. Everyone has a specific job in the OR, and it's a team. That's why I have to explain that to people. So when you talking to people, they gotta understand a nurse doesn't even scrub in unless she is scrub nurse. Like at the last place I went, where it was a OR nurse, but she scrubbed, so she wasn't even on the OR nurse call schedule. She was on Golden Corral be hitting. I don't know, people be like, I can't believe you eat there. I love being Golden Corral. I can't help it, y'all. I can't help it. I don't care. Judge me. They say judge your mama. I almost said the other word, but anyway, judge somebody else. Don't judge me. I, dang, I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, but you have to explain to people like it's a surgical tech, there's a nurse, there's a first assistant, there's an anesthesiologist or a nurse anesthetist. But everybody got their own roles. Now, some people don't know that surgical. They don't really understand what they think of tech. They think you're not. I'm very headstrong person, and I'm glad I am. Yeah, sometimes you have to be because people don't be knowing what they don't even know. That's what I was trying to get to. They don't even know they don't even know who they are half the time. Most people don't even know who they are half the time. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, because people done been so programmed to go to school, get a good job, stay there, or they'll tell you some dumb shit like stay in a toxic situation. It'll work itself out. Oh, stay for the kids. It'll work itself out. Some of this old way of thinking, it's just not beneficial long term for your mental health. Like y'all, I'm big on mindset and mental health because you don't realize how important your mental health is and your mindset is until you having a mental breakdown and you don't know where the hell that shit came from. You like where that came from, right? But people don't be knowing that stuff. People don't know. Most people like what other people tell them to like. Like I remember, I just told my mama this, y'all. I grew up, my mom loved butter pecan ice cream. Y'all, I thought butter pecan ice cream was my favorite for years. Butter pecan ice cream is not my favorite ice cream. It was my mama's favorite ice cream, and because it was her favorite ice cream, I thought it was mine until I got old enough to realize I think I like cookies and cream a little bit better. Or I think I like turtle ice cream when it's got pecans and chocolate and caramel in it. Like I think I like that. So you got to know who you are, and at the end of the day, that's not once you solid with yourself. Once you 10 toes down with yourself, not 10 toes down with your husband and your girlfriend and your boyfriend, your partner, your children, your mama and your daddy, them, not 10 toes down with them, with you. Be about that life with yourself, and then everything else, like it's hard when you got other people around you, like because they influential, like your mom and your parent, your kids and your spouses and stuff like that. They're gonna be influential, but you got to know who you are in all of those relationships. You got to know who you are as the individual person that you came on this earth as, and the individual person that you will leave here. You will leave by yourself. You came by yourself, right? Even if you came with a twin, y'all still was separate because y'all got separate heartbeats. So at the end of the day, you got to know what you like. If you like chocolate ice cream, it's okay. Somebody else might like pistachio. You know what I'm saying? But people push their perspectives on you because it's comfortable for them, because they can't think outside the box. Like if I go tell my mom, when I was telling my mama, I love this, what you're touching on. Thank you, April. I was telling my mama one time. Dang, I forgot what I was going to tell y'all. But the whole point what I'm trying to get for y'all to understand is people can't tell you how to be you. The only person that can tell you how to do you is you. Now, other people might be able to observe certain things about you, and they might be able to point out certain things about you, but they don't know you like how you know you. Like with your kids, like with Jada got finna have her third baby. Some people be like, oh, you need to put them kids in daycare. I'm finna be like, I wouldn't, but do you, boo? If you in a position to stay home with them children and love on your babies and mother them and nurture them, and do that, because that's gonna be more of a reward than any job you gonna go on. It's gonna be more of a reward when you start noticing your babies thinking is like, like you like, wow, I can't believe like he thinking like that, like, or I can't, like the amount of time that I was able to spend with my son because he was homeschooled, and a lot of times I'm home with him, and that type of relationship, like that's valuable to me. I know people can get a chance. Y'all, I lost some service. But I know people that don't get a chance to spend that kind of time with their kids. They work too much. They got 2-3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? They struggling. They frustrated half the time. Like that's not the life. So I don't know. You just got to learn who you are, y'all. You just got to know what you like, what's good for the highest version of yourself, your overall, like what are you here to do? What's your purpose? Are you living in purpose? Or are you just living? Or like are you just on some what is it, MCP, NPC 9, whatever player, NCP, whatever, however you say it, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Or are you actually in the game? Are you a main character in the game? I'm in the game, y'all, and because I'm in the game, and y'all on my channel, y'all finna get in the game too. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna let you. I ain't finna let you be right here and be basic and mediocre. Like, who wants a basic life? Don't you want to be extraordinary, or you want to be basic? Like, I'm extraordinary, and when I'm telling myself, when I'm looking at myself, y'all, I'm looking at myself. I'm looking over here. That's the camera, but I can see myself right now. I'm extraordinary. You're extraordinary. You're amazing. Like, that's the kind of conversation you gotta have with yourself, because there's gonna be people around you that's gonna want to be happy for you sometime, and they're not gonna know how to, especially if y'all, ooh, let me give you a good example. Y'all finna go be surgical techs. Y'all gonna have friends that's not gonna be surgical techs. Y'all gonna have people, family members around you that's not gonna be non-player character. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Legend. You know what I'm talking about, from on Free Guy. Y'all need to go watch Free Guy. If you ain't watched it, that's probably one of my best movies that I done probably seen in probably in a long time, and I think I like it because of the message. But what I want y'all to understand is, let me calm down because I get excited. I don't want you to be out here just living and not in your purpose. You got to find some purpose. Even in the money, you can find purpose. Like, you just got to have a purpose for your money. You can go ahead and get this money. Don't be out here selling your body or doing anything that's like belittling to your energy, like low vibrational, because then your life gonna be low vibrational. So you're gonna have to expect more from yourself, and not be content with this life that, your mom and your grandparents probably told you that was gonna be good. Like, go to school, get a job. That's because that's the only resources they had. Y'all, I got sidetracked, so if I just jumped from one subject to the other one, that happens from time to time. So just bear with me. I'll get back to it, but I just don't want y'all to be basic. Like, y'all ain't finna be basic around me. You start with that basic energy, I'm blocking y'all. I'm telling you right now, you getting straight blocked, because I can't let you bring my energy down. And it's too many people that's on this channel that's trying to be uplifted, that need to hear the positivity, because it's enough negativity in the world. So if you coming over here being basic, you being blocked. And I don't have that problem. Like, I don't have a lot of people come over to my channel with some negative energy. That's just not typical, because I ain't putting out that energy. But I want y'all to be great. Shit. Like, I want all of us to be great. That's the desire. Like, if I can sit here with y'all for a couple hours and chop it up and just let y'all get some of this vibe, then, and if it's gonna benefit you, you're gonna go into the rest of your day feeling uplifted, then I done did my job. Like, and all I want y'all to do is go uplift somebody else. Just go do that. Like, when you go to Walmart, okay, maybe not Walmart. If you go to McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Pay for the person food behind you. Y'all, this lady, I don't know if I had posted this, but this lady was so mad at me one day. I had put in some McDonald's. Thank you for taking the time to see. Thank you for being here. Shoot, honestly. But I remember going to McDonald's, and I know I done got sidetracked, y'all, but it's been 2.5 hours, and I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, I'm all over the place at this point. But hopefully y'all getting something. Chew up the meat, spit out the bones, right? But I pulled up the McDonald's one day, and this lady, y'all know how McDonald's got the 2 drive-through lanes now. So the lady, I guess she thought she was finna, like, skip the drive-through lanes, and she cut through the parking lot type thing or whatever, instead of like going through the lane how she was supposed to. So she thought she was finna like debo her way into me, but I wouldn't let her in. So she blowing her horn, throwing up birds and stuff. Y'all know what I did? I got to that cash register, and I'm in my head like, dang, it was like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, dang, she all upset this early. Like, imagine how angry you got to be. I appreciate you too. Imagine how angry you got to be blowing your horn and flicking out people early in the morning. Like, you went to sleep angry, right? So when I go, I'm sitting up in the drive-thru, and I'm like, dang, I hope she have a better day. So when I pull up, I tell them, I say, can you tell me what she got behind me? And because I wanted to make sure I wasn't finna spend too much. I was like, let me make sure if it's over $20, like, she on her own today. And so she had just got a coffee. I was like, well, go ahead and I'll pay for her coffee. And the lady was like, for real? I was like, yeah. I was like, she seemed like she having a bad day. Tell her I hope she have a better day. Boom. She was like, dang, this the cashier. She was like, I told her, I was like, yeah, she was blowing her horn and cussing because I didn't let her in. I was like, just give her I'll pay for her coffee, and just tell her I hope she have a better day. And the young lady was like, she was basically like, inspired, and because she was younger, and she was a black girl, I be inspired. I like it, and I ain't racist, y'all. Don't come for me with that. But I be around some low vibrational stuff. Sometimes I done seen some low vibrational stuff. So when I see my people, I be trying to like be a role model, and whether it's like on here because y'all my tribe too, but I got other tribes too. And so when I see people, like, I be wanting to be an inspiration to them, and she was inspired. I wasn't even trying to inspire her. I was trying to uplift the lady that wasn't black in the car that was shooting birds and stuff, and angry because I wouldn't let her in. And I guess she just felt like she should have been let in, but I wasn't in, like, no, you should have went the other way like the rest of us did. So my point is, you got more power in you than you realize. You just got to exert it and be comfortable with it. Sometimes it's uncomfortable having certain conversations with people, especially when you got to be vulnerable. Like, being vulnerable is a lot more scarier than it is for me to put on a front, like a tough front. So I just want y'all to be, like, successful, y'all. That's all it boils down to. And if I got to be the example, then I'll be an example. I ain't perfect, so please don't think that I do stuff that some of y'all sometimes might be like, I drink wine, I drink enough wine, I drink a lot of wine for all of us. So that might not be something somebody like, oh, you shouldn't be drinking wine. But why not? Y'all got up at 6 o'clock this morning, 7 o'clock, I went for a whole 3.5 mile run / whatever you want to call it. I'm on here with y'all. I'm finna go in there and be, like, it's Sunday, so my son got the day to do whatever he wants. So I'm finna go in there and take care of these puppies. Like, you can put out enough good energy that sometimes where you want to just chill and do something that you want to do. Shoot, if I want to roll up a J, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna roll up. Like, that's how I feel. But I ain't got no job to go to, so don't be smoking weed and going to work. Like, don't do that. So, but if you at home like me, posted up for the next couple of days, roll up. I'm just saying, don't be thinking that people be perfect, because what I do on my off time might not be something that you might look up to. But my whole point is to be inspiring. You're like, Kiara, why you drink wine? Because I want to. Careful, why you like some people eat a lot. Like, I'm not just gonna be out here binging on certain things. I just don't. I find it to be kind of disgusting. Some people find weed smoke disgusting. I don't. I don't. But I'm just saying, just do you at the end of the day, right? Do what's good for you and what's gonna uplift the community if you can. That's why I be chilling. Like, I ain't gonna be sitting around here letting y'all stress me out. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm finna enjoy this life. I'm finna enjoy it to the best of my ability, and hopefully I can inspire you guys to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can be home for 2 months and comfortable, by the time I get ready to go back to work, y'all, I'm gonna be so rejuvenated. I'm gonna be so fresh that I'm gonna be able to work for the next couple months. And then the problem is, like, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna be refreshed because I ain't been to work. Right, this is that travel life. So you take a couple months off. Let's just say you take 2 or 3 months off. By the time you go back to work, you be in so much of a better place because you ain't been working 40 hours for the whole 12 months, that you can come in there and enjoy and joke a little bit and have a good day, excuse me, versus somebody that's been working 40, 50 hours. They ain't been drinking enough wine. They ain't been smoking enough weed or CBD, whatever you do, boo. Don't be doing no crack, no pills, no powders, no meth. We don't do none of that. And I know some people they not gonna resonate with that, but you can resonate with the other stuff I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? If you can resonate with being more responsible when it comes down to your finances. Like, I ain't finna tell you to if I can't afford, let me tell you something. If I'm sitting around here struggling with paying my bills, struggling with doing that, all that wine and all that stuff, that other stuff get cut out. I got to focus on the money. But if you got a little bit of play and you can play a little bit and enjoy your life, then do that. So you ain't so uptight. Like, you got to enjoy life a little bit. People be uptight too much. They got too much pressure on them. Get some of this pressure off of you. But y'all, look, they probably be like, Kiara said she smoke weed. Kiara smoke a lot of weed, but that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Because when I can't. Like, I could just, if you got to go to work, now I'm going to tell you, don't be out here on these people's jobs doing drugs, y'all. I'm going to just say that. Let's be clear. Don't be out here on these people's jobs. Don't do that. Don't go to work. Don't go to work like that. Don't let your coworkers, if you working, and you in the state that don't allow that, like if you in Cali, probably mostly everybody in Cali rolling up. If you in New Mexico, everybody in New Mexico rolling up. If you in Vegas, everybody in Vegas rolling up. If you in Michigan, they rolling up. So you got to know your environment. In Florida, everybody ain't rolling up here unless they got a medical card. Like, and you it's like they popping up medical cannabis stores everywhere around here. So it's a little more, it's getting more popular. So it'll probably be more, it'll probably be legal, recreational here and soon enough. But my whole point with all this, you guys, is just to show you how to be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, be you. Be comfortable with being you. I used to not be comfortable with certain things about myself because I used to feel like, you know what I'm saying, because I used to listen to what other people had to say. Basically, I used to be listening and taking heed to, oh, I shouldn't be like this, or oh, this. But when you start looking at everybody's life and you start looking at how they behaving and they be fronting in front of their parents, they be fronting in front of their spouse. Like, it's crazy how you, like, I know some married people that's living like they single. Like, you hold all the way married with kids and you out here living like you single, but you want to be giving people advice on relationships. Like, wait, what? You ain't even got your shit together. Like, but when it come down to certain things like this right here, I can talk to y'all. I might not be able to tell you how to be a wife, because I ain't married right now. Like, I ain't in no relationship. I might not be able to tell you certain things, but I can tell you how to get this money as a surgical tech and a first assistant, and how to keep some of it. You know what I'm saying? How to keep most of it, because that's really, you can go make, if you make it $70-$80 an hour and you losing half of it, or over half of it in taxes, or 30% of it in taxes, you finna lose another couple percent of it because you got all of these overly priced expenses in your house, or your house and your car note, and you got all these bags. Like, I don't know. You might probably want to reassess some shit. Like, I would just start reassessing. Like, what's my purpose? What is my priorities? And my priority at the end of the day is to be like, y'all. It would be ideal, because I've been doing surgical tech. Um, I got graduated in 2006. It would be ideal in the next 3 years for me to be completely done with this career, because that would be a 20-year time frame. And most people retire in 20 years, right? So you retire in 20 years. So it would be ideal for me to be able to retire from working in 20 years. How in the world, in 3 years, how would I be able to do that? I can't retire as a surgical tech, even if I was in California, because that was the only place that I know that they offer a pension. I know some places still offer pensions, but in California, they I know for a fact that this one particular hospital still offered a pension after 15 years. That's a long time. Do you know how much money and time is 15 years that you finna lose if that's your only stream of income? Like, if you spend 15 years working just to get a pension, when you can take 5 years while you're working as a surgical tech, build you a business, build a business around a hobby or a passion or something that you want to learn, build something around that, a project, a life project, build stuff around that, creating other streams of income, so your business can be your retirement plan. This is why I was trying to get on earlier before I got sidetracked. I probably was talking about other stuff, but I was saying how, like, people go back to school for nursing, but what happens if you don't want to go back to school? Then what do those people do? Like, how does that look? If you're a surgical tech or a first assistant and you don't want to go back to school, what do? Do you go just switch up careers altogether? So then it's gonna take you another couple years to get back to probably, if without going to school and you switch careers, if you don't have a degree, it's gonna take you time to get back to the same level of money that you was making as a surgical tech. So most people stay in the surgical tech field, because this happened to me, y'all. When I posted that video a couple months ago saying I wanted to go be a full-time content creator, I was applying for jobs, but when I was looking at the jobs, they were offering me like $20 an hour. $15-$20 an hour for entry level content creator jobs. That's not enough money. I might as well go work as a first assistant. I might as well go work as go be a traveler, right? So that's why I'm saying create a business. And really, I was looking at it wrong. I was looking at the whole concept wrong. Instead of looking at, like, I can just do business for myself, I was looking like going to get another job. But instead of me getting another job or another certification or a degree, the focus is on creating a career, or not a career, creating a business around a passion, around something that I have like I'm already an expert in. So if you can do that, like if you're a mom, then that you an expert in parenting. Like, I only got one kid, I ain't no expert in it, because I don't be knowing what I be doing half the time. Like, I'm still trying to figure this mess out, and he 14. So if you got multiple kids, you might have a better you know experience pool or whatever about parenting. You could talk about that. You might be anything, you guys. Like, I don't know, whatever your hobbies are, whatever you like to do, whatever you are passionate about, that you have enough, if you got like 4 or 5 years of experience in a field or a topic or anything like that, create a YouTube channel around it, create an ebook around it. You do need some, you need an audience. So I would say I like YouTube, but you can do TikTok, because TikTok, their algorithm, you can post one video that's not great, and then you can post another video that's about a totally different topic, and that could go viral. YouTube ain't really like that. YouTube, you got to kind of stick with a guideline. Like, okay, once you know what your content gonna be about, you got to just kind of focus on that. YouTube don't like it when you pick one topic and then you hop to another topic and you hop. They don't. Their algorithm doesn't operate like that. So if you got one topic and you know you're finna talk about it, or no, you know you got enough information that you could talk about it for at least 300 to 500 videos, then go ahead and just start dropping a couple YouTube videos or recording them, and then you can upload them and just leave them private, so when you do feel comfortable, you can just release them. But I would create a business, you guys. I would create a business around my life, my real life, the things that I enjoy. Like I say, wine. I drink a lot of wine. If I had money, I'd open a dispensary, y'all. But let's just say wine. All right. So I could just have subscription. I could order wine, have it here delivered, and review different wines. And you could do that if that's something that, if you play golf, you can go either teach people how to golf left-handed, if that's or you could teach, if you play baseball, you could teach people if you're left-handed, because I know left-handed golf and left-handed baseball is like a big thing. So you could teach people something, teach them something that you already know about. If you do football, like, you could teach people how to throw or whatever. Like, I don't know what, like, whatever sport is, if you could teach people, if you do that, you could teach people things about that sport. So just pick something and start talking to people about it, and you could turn that into a whole business around a passion. And that business, like, y'all think for 1 second that YouTube is not a business. You can have a whole LLC. You can be sitting up here writing off your whole house, not your whole house, excuse me, let me not get excited, not your house, but you can write off a portion of your house footage. You can write on your taxes. You can do all these, you get all these business benefits, and we talked about this earlier, just from having a business. And it's something simple as YouTube. Like, all you need is your phone. I got this tripod from Walmart. My phone, well, obviously my phone, I can't got my phone from AT&T, and so it's a couple thousand. It was like $1,000 or something for this phone, but I got the phone because of the camera and because of what it can do, like, as far as the features go. But once you have an idea of a passion, I would say YouTube would be easy. And not just from, because you're not going to be looking at it to get monetized. Like, you're not worried about the actual the amount of subscribers and that. You're not worried about that. You just gonna start building your audience. So when you do have a product or service that you want to sell, that you want to bring to market, you got an audience that know, trust, and like you, and they're gonna purchase your products from you because they know you. Like, at this point, they're like, oh, this person not a scammer, or this person not trying to get over on me. So I don't mind purchasing their product if their product brings value to your life. Like, if their product don't bring value to your life, then obviously don't do it. So it's just way, like, you can do it with TikTok. With TikTok, like, I got a friend, she got a t-shirt business. She on there just recording TikToks of her creating t-shirts and tumblers and things like that, or business cards. So you can do, y'all, you can do so many different things, but you just gotta know that the whole point of you doing this is so you can live a lifestyle that you create, not a lifestyle that you don't want, like a job where it's gonna be time, unless you want the job. Like, it's gonna be some jobs where people gonna really enjoy their job. If you enjoy your job, then do you. But if you make it, if you don't enjoy your job and you make it under like $50,000, you definitely should be having your own business. Like, cause now, like I was saying, if you got a job, if you working as a surgical tech, then you're gonna be my chicken going crazy over there. If you working a job, your job should be able to support your business, but it's gonna take you about 5 years to really start. They say it take 5 years for a business to really to know if a business is gonna be successful. So if that's the case, then you need something that's going to support you through that. Do I think surgical tech is capable? Yeah, surgical tech definitely can support you into becoming a business. I've started several businesses as a surgical tech, you guys, several of them. And the only reason that I was able to start these businesses and learn the skill sets is because I had a stable stream of income that provided me more income than I needed to live off of. So if you want to look at a good rule of thumb when it comes down to your expenses, you should, like, out of 100, you should be living off of half. 30% should go to savings, so they say, or investing, and the other 20% is savings, and then 30% is investing. 50% is what you're living off of, your rent, your car note, and your phones, all of that. So if you can look at it like that and do that, then you straight. So I was able to live off of 50% of my income, and then the other percent I wasn't saving a whole bunch of money, but I was putting money into me learning different skills and stuff. You guys, pretty much is all it boils down to. So when I got to a point where I don't want to be bothered with a job, I could be like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I might, and the job, like I was saying, that my job as a surgical tech is more stable as far as income and calculated income, because you know every week or every 2 weeks, depending on how you get paid, you know you're gonna get money. But at this point, when you got enough streams of income coming in, or you know other ways to make money, then you don't have to settle for being mistreated or being disrespected at a job. You can just quit. A lot of people allow themselves to be talked to any kind of way, and they'll just stay in that energy because they don't have any other way to make any kind of money. And that is a very sad thing and a sad place to be, because if you have to stay somewhere where they don't mind disrespecting you, like, what are you saying to yourself? Like, imagine somebody on the street disrespecting you, and you will be willing to fight them. You're gonna be ready to defend yourself. You're gonna be ready to let somebody know that I'm not the one that you should be playing with. But at work, you go and you tuck tail and you keep your mouth closed because Dr. So-and-so said something out of the way, but you so scared that you're gonna lose your job that you just sit there and like let somebody say something to you crazy. Like, don't do that. In order to be empowered, to empower yourself, I think business empower, especially online at home business, like, you be so empowered, because like at the end of the day, like I was saying, you get to walk out and you get to hold your head up high and be like, oh, I'm not finna be tolerated. I'm not tolerating nobody talking to me like that. I'm not tolerating some of this stuff that's going on. And I'll just rather work for myself than to accept this type of behavior. Like, that's what I want y'all to get to. Because I think it puts you in a powerful position. In this position that people think that you aren't as powerful. Because the people in the OR, like, I think it was, who was on here earlier? Shoot, I can't remember. One of them was saying, what he was saying, that it was toxic. Like, the OR can be toxic. The OR can be toxic. But it's up to you if you allow that toxicity to continue to invade your life. You got to be the one that's going to say, I'm not finna allow this. Because you think you finna go tell your manager, you finna go tell your director that this doctor or your coworker that did something to you, and they really finna give a fuck. Like, think about that. Like, they not in a position to honestly do nothing. I done worked at places where I know for a fact that the surgical tech was assaulted, physically assaulted by a physician, and it was nothing done to the physician. How is this okay? I want one. I wish. I don't want that to happen to me. But imagine somebody putting their hands on me and I'm in the operating room. Y'all, my great grandkids would have been taken care of. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm hitting the floor. I'm calling EMS. I need everybody. I need the police. I need ambulance. I'm in the hospital, y'all. I need a whole ambulance to come get me and take me to the ED. That's what I need. Put me on the stretcher, honey. I need all of that, because you know what? Why is this allowed to even be a thing? I'm not saying that that's all across the country. I'm just saying that in some of these places, the people that are in management positions aren't leaders. Just because you're a manager do not make you a leader. Just because they're a charge nurse does not make them a good manager or a leader. That's a problem. You got to be the one that's going to set the standard and the tone for you. If your manager and leader are weak and they're going to let these doctors, you think for a second, because now you got to understand how the operating room works in a hospital. The surgeons are making money for the hospital, right? The surgeons are bringing in the money, especially if they're orthopedic surgeons, and they're in an area where they're doing a lot. They bringing in the money for the hospital. So they're going to be able to get away with a lot of things that other doctors and other departments will not be able to get away with. They're going to be able to say things that other doctors and other departments aren't going to be able to get away with. So if you understand that, and I'm here to tell you that that's the truth that I've learned. You might learn a whole nother truth. But the truth that I know is that I have to be my own advocate. I'm not going to human resources, boo. I know how that works. I'm not going to human resources to tell anything. If it come down to somebody putting their hands on me or some physical altercation, I'm calling the police and I'm getting a lawyer. I'm not going to human resources. I'm not telling nobody nothing. We're not talking about this in no human resources, because if you say too much in human resources, they're going to be able to use what you said against you if you end up going to court, because they're at the end of the day, those hospitals have to cover their own behind. And when these doctors are working there, they're gonna help keep them. You're just a little nobody, honestly. Like, and I ain't trying to be like you're a nobody, but when you come down to like this big business, big pharma, because you got to think the hospitals is like all of these big companies in one, because you got the food people there, you know, and you got the as far as the food that come in, so you got big pharma and you got big agro, all of that is all in the hospital. So when you looking at it like that, you going up against these big dogs, and you just a little fish in a big pond. So I'm not finna argue with them. Like, I'm just gonna remove myself. Go find somebody else to tolerate this. Go find somebody else to be in this environment. Go, as soon as I feel like my environment is hostile, I am removing myself, because now I feel like I'm in a hostile environment and I don't know how I'm gonna respond to that on another day. You don't know when you in a hostile working environment, or you in a hostile environment anyways, you are at extreme, your senses are heightened, because you don't know if you're, like, you think in your mind that you're in danger because it's a hostile environment. So if you're in danger, what do you don't know, like, how you gonna respond to that if you feel threatened enough, you know what I'm saying? So don't put yourself in a position. Just let that shit be, because ain't no job finna be worth you feeling like you finna put you on, because you don't know, you might think somebody walking up on you and you swing on them first, and now you done hit somebody because you overly anxious, and now you in trouble, you know what I'm saying? So just remove yourself from those situations. I'm not saying people out here just being physical, but I do know that it's a doctor that's here in Jacksonville, and this doctor has a reputation for going around being verbally and physically abusive to the surgical tech and the staff. This person I heard it from the person that he hit, and another person that he bumped up against, and it took like a year or so for the facility to end up getting rid of him, but then he went to another facility, and then he at another one now. So, and they all in the same, like, I just need y'all to be aware, like, just be aware of the situations that you in, and don't be so caught up to where I need to keep this job when I'm finna let, because the dude, when I'm just looking at the dude, when he told me, when they're telling me the story, I'm just like, well, why did he not just, I would have quit that day, and I would have went straight to the lawyer. I would have went first. I would have called the police immediately, and I would have went straight to I would have got a lawyer. I'm taking pictures. I'm calling the police. We need the crime unit, whatever. Everybody out here. I need my hands. I need everything to be documented, because those hospitals aren't there to protect you. At the end of the day, they're gonna protect themselves, and sometimes protecting a doctor includes protecting the hospital. So you need to be in a position to make sure that if you need to quit, as soon as you see something that ain't right, ain't no we finna have a sit down. I'm not sitting down. I'm gonna send an email and let y'all know this happened. And then after I send that email, I'm gonna decide on how I want to proceed. I'm not finna tell you what I'm finna do in this email. I'm not telling you anything. I'm just letting you, I'm documenting that this happened. This verbal abuse, this physical abuse happened. So I'm emailing it to you. And then I'm finna sit back and decide on what should be done. Like I said, if you get hit, then you need to call the police immediately. Go to your car or call them right from the hospital and sit on the floor. Call them from the operating room, sit right on the floor. Like, it's gonna be a scene. If it's gonna be a scene, it's gonna be a whole scene. And it's like, that's how I'm seeing it. Like, and I'm here to tell you, I'm not here to put out no negative advice, but I want you to be able to defend yourself, or to remove yourself in case, so you don't have to defend yourself. That's really the point of what I'm trying to make. It should be no reason that you got to accept verbal, mental, physical abuse from no facility under no circumstances. And people do have this expectation that you need to be tough to be an OR. Tough doesn't mean being disrespected. Tough does not mean that. Tough, you will be respected. Respect should be given across the board to anybody. So don't be the one that's gonna sit around there and just take it because you trying to build up a tough skin. You can go to the military if you need your skin to be tough, and they still gonna respect you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it confused with having tough skin and being disrespected, because you can go to the military and they'll build up a tough skin for you, and you still gonna be respected. So just remember that, y'all. That's what I want you to remember. But I'm gonna go, because that's 3 hours. Like, I don't know, that's 3 whole hours. So I'm tired of talking. I ain't gonna even lie. I need something to drink, and I'm just ready to go relax a little bit. Probably gonna just go in there. It's probably warmer, cooler in the house than it is out here, because I'm sweating. But I just wanted to come. I hope this video was good. I don't know. It's 3 hours long. I don't know who's finna sit here and watch a 3 hour long video. Hopefully I can figure out how to start putting in some timestamps. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, or I can play with one of these AI tools that I've been learning, and maybe it could do it for me. But I just wanted to come talk, really chat it up with y'all, just talk. But y'all see how it turned into a whole like conversation about other stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. But if y'all have any questions, go ahead and ask me real quick. I probably lost some of y'all when I was telling y'all about the other stuff, like my little extracurricular activities that I be enjoying. But I like I say, judge somebody else. Don't come for me with that, because I know who I am. Like I'm pretty sure I know who I am better than somebody else that's gonna sit right here and care if you like judge. Like you can judge me, but your shit stink too. I can guarantee you that. Unless you vegan, or even if you vegan, don't it smell? I don't know. We're not gonna get into that. But anyways, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. If you done came in and you was listening to me and you enjoyed it, or if you found it valuable, please just hit the like, comment, or hit the like button. If you subscribe, or if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you like my vibe, and welcome to the tribe. But I will catch y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on another video, because it's 3 hours. Like, I probably will come catch y'all during the week sometime, because I have some free time, so I'll probably hit y'all up. And like I said, I got a couple videos coming out that's I already got planned out to do over the next couple of days. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. Nobody's asking no questions. I don't think I missed none. I want to thank everybody for dropping in. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I respect each and every one of y'all. I hope that you have a wonderful day and be uplifted in your spirits. I'm sending out nothing but positive vibes, inspiration, inspire somebody today. You know, when you interacting with people, actually talk to them, be present, look in their eyes. You know, be aware that you're speaking to an actual human being. If you see a bum on the street, you know what I'm saying, just acknowledge the bum. You ain't got to give him no money. If you got something, give it to him, because sometimes, you know, they be needing love. So I give bums money, so I know people be like, why are you giving them stuff? Because they a human being too. They might need a soda, they might need a beer. I don't care what they do with the money. That's their life. If I give you a beer and you an alcoholic, like, I don't know that you're an alcoholic. I just know that you're a bum on the corner and you might want a beer right now. And even if I knew if you was an alcoholic, and I probably would still give you the money to go buy the beer, because shoot, he probably got a reason to be drinking if he on the street. You know what I'm saying? He probably need a drink. But anyway, I'm gonna go before I start talking about some other stuff and going back down this like rabbit hole of preaching and everything. So, all right, you guys, that's all I got for you. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Seeing nothing but love and light. See y'all in the next video. Bye.